God gave you the Shout It Out Loudcast with Tom and Zeus, the ultimate KISS podcast. This is Jay Scott from The Hook Rocks. I know I'll be listening. I hope you do too.
God rest ye shouted out loudcast, let nothing you dismay. Remember, KISS your saviors will play on New Year's Day to save us all from toxic KISS when Facebook's gone astray. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy, Shandy and Beth. Oh, tidings of comfort and joy. As long as you spend the $39.99 for the live stream.
Hello. Hey, what's up there, KISS Army? Tom and Zeus with another episode of Shout It Out Loudcast. Episode 102. Merry KISSmas 2.
Electric Boogaloo? Wow, it's Christmas time. How about that intro, huh, Zeus? What was that?
Oh, fucking Santa Murph. Whatever. Again with, coming up with the goods for a KISSmas episode.
He's epic, man. You gotta love Murph. You gotta love the Bob Cratchit of Shout It Out Loudcast.
The Tiny Tim.
Who's Tiny Tim of Shout It Out Loud?
Oh, he'll make an appearance later. Tom, how you doing?
I'm great. We got buried in about 2 feet of snow today, so it's I'm feeling the Christmas spirit here. So yeah. Ready to talk KISS after running the snowblower there for about 2 hours outside. So I'm ready to go.
Perfect. Yeah, a lot of love in the air, a lot of KISSmas spirit going around.
There is.
But before we talk about KISSmas, let's go to last week's episode when we were a little grouchy and we were airing out the grievances on KISS Festivus 2.
Also Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
So Festivus last week. So we go to the poll. And speaking of Festivus, of airing of the grievances, I'm going to air some grievances on this poll. Okay? Because I knew that when we made this poll, that one particular poll option was going to run away with it. And it did. And that's okay. That's why we do the polls. So the options for grievances were the hate for Elder and Carnival of Souls, the use of studio ghost players, too few Bruce Eric Carr vocals, and toxic KISS fans. Toxic KISS fans ran away with it, took it, wasn't even close. Which I get it. It's okay. I was hoping people might focus on the music and the band, but I get it. Toxic KISS fans, especially with Facebook and Twitter, people get very passionate about that because they see a lot of that shit online.
Let's go between what was 2 and 3 and 4 there. Let's talk about those. What was that?
Toxic KISS fans got 60%. And then the remaining 3 were pretty close. Studio ghost players was 16. Hate for Elder Carnival of Souls was 14. And too few Bruce Eric Carr vocals was 10. So,
okay. Kind of mixed there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Yep. And as we always do, we kind of run through a little bit of comments here from our listeners on some poll comments.
Sure.
Twisted Kister, big fan of the show. Thank you, Twisted Kister. He says, I voted for the toxic KISS fans. I rag stuff too, but usually it's in the right forum. I try not to bust in the door with a hot take unless it's relative. Thankfully, I have avoided the one particular person that you guys spoke of. I don't recall seeing anything crazy like that. And we talking about the guy, we didn't mention his name, we don't mention names, but the guy that is famous on Facebook for infiltrating KISS groups with just ridiculous memes and pictures and really insulting things about Paul and Tommy and Eric, just garbage stuff. And our buddy Baco says, most of the people who are voting for toxic fans are the toxic fans. Our buddy
Mr. Positivity, Baco.
Oh, Jesus. Oh, yeah. Our buddy Lance, I agree with too few Eric and Bruce vocals, but my vote goes to toxic fans. I've had to deal with toxic people this year. We need less of that in the world. Word up, Lance. Katie Christina, super fan. She's a great KISS fan. Definitely the toxic KISS fans. I just saw one today that said, quote, after 50 years, don't fans get tired of buying this shit? And then she goes, no, we don't. Definitely not. Exclamation point with a smiley face. Zandon, our buddy Zandon Black. I hate toxic fans, and I sure as hell cannot stand the blowback on the Elder. But for me, I'm voting for the ghost players. that essentially made Kiss a cover band at times. Just ridiculous. Ooh, okay. Dave G, Toxic Kiss fans got my vote. It was also an awesome episode. Thank you, Dave. Our big fan, Steve. I cannot understand the hate of any Kiss album. The Elder has always been a top album for me. How is it? It is the toxic fans that really get on my tits. You can tell he's not from America. I used to go on many forum sites and got so pissed off with them attacking the band and each other that I came off all of them. Yes, that's smart. Our buddy Deuce, of these four, too few Bruce and Eric Carr vocals for sure. Our buddy Tom Mungia, can't wait to listen to the episode. This is when he posted it a few days ago. Definitely the toxic fans, yes. Mr. Marr, toxic fans for me, and I use the word fans loosely, namely the pricks who lay into Tommy Thayer. Oh, okay. Steve DeWood, you guys nailed it with your commentary on the Elder and Carnival of Souls. They are what they are, and they're damn good at what they are. Some fans don't like it, and that's fine, but I think many others jump on the hater bandwagon without giving them a chance. Stickman says, I cast my vote with a message for the Toxic Kiss fans, and then it's a gif of Sergeant Hulka saying, lighten up, Francis. Graham, Toxic Kiss fans for me. Lee, Toxic Kiss fans. Oh boy, and we got a comment here that was toxic. Joe Arnold, can I still vote for dressing up Tommy and Eric as Ace and Peter without being toxic? Jesus Christ, man. Oh boy. Yeah, and then I'll kind of cover a little bit more of this in the actual episode comments, but this kind of runs over into that. But a lot of people talking about Elder and Carnival of Souls and how much they like that. So why don't we jump on into some more specific episode comments? Half Ace. My number one grievance is the Ace had a poker game story. It comes up all the time. It was never true. I don't know what the Ace had a poker game story is. Somebody's going to have to tell us what that is. I don't know. MD. I agree with Tom's number one. Bruce is a very good singer, and I love BK3, the album. The one time I was lucky enough to meet him, I had him sign it. And then he posts a picture of him and Bruce. Very cool, MD. Let's see. Bill Sharp. My grievance is people referring to current Kiss as a cover band. The two people who envisioned the band wrote and sang the majority of the material are still there. People come and go in any profession. It doesn't mean everyone else has to pack up shop because Joe quit. I like that, Bill. Well said. Well said for sure. Nicholas Grattan. Oh, this is a good one. We talking about your hits, Hot in the Shade being remastered. The reason Hot in the Shade never got remastered is they couldn't find anyone willing to take another look at Boomerang. Oh, God, I love it. Our buddy Andy, this can definitely be a yearly topic. There's never a shortage. So great stuff from the listeners, as always, on Twitter. We've had fun with that episode. It's lighthearted. We're Seinfeld fans. You guys know that. Yeah, Zeus, what else do we got on Facebook, buddy?
On Facebook, Rick Rera, another great show. Then I listened to Jericho's Animalize special, and then watched Animalize live, uncensored by itself. It was a kiss-filled morning. Guys, we can't tell you how much we love them. We inspire, not by us, but with the fact that we bring up a topic about Kiss, and that inspires you to look into something. Yep. The fact that you picked up Animalize and started watching it again. Love hearing it. Podcasters love that. We all love that.
Absolutely.
Kevin Jepson, of course. Yes, love me some grievances. These are always fun. Not going to go nuts here, only giving you two. On their Union tour, did anyone else want to punch Peter in the face for how he did his makeup?
Oh, yeah.
And it got worse as the tour went along. Fucking drove me crazy. And the obvious grievance is Pandemic Paul. I miss the Star Child. Politics society seems like you could bring together in the time. I feel like he drove a wedge in the Kiss Army. But he did give us Pandemic Paul from you guys. Your bits have given me 5 extra years of life from laughter. As always, thank you, gentlemen. Well, we love Kevin. On our Shout It Out Loudcasters, I know there was a gentleman earlier in your Twitter you were reading about, he left a bunch of groups. Come join ours, because you know what? Ours is not toxic. So come join the Shout It Out Loudcasters. Plenty of good stuff there. So on there, David Mansfield, a Festivus for the rest of us.
Yes.
Robert Vitale, great episode. Thanks for addressing that guy who is a total fucktard. If you look at his page, though, it makes total sense.
Oof, yikes.
And then Graham Richley, best line of the episode. And he has a picture of the lady from Planet of the Apes.
Oh, man. That was when we were talking about Tiffany and Debbie Gibson at the beginning of the episode.
No.
Wasn't that? Remember we were talking about that?
No. We're talking about Gene's hairdo. Like it came from the Planet of the Apes.
Oh, I thought he was talking about the ball splitter.
Oh, no. What does that have to do with the Planet of the Apes? No.
Oh, the big nose.
No. Although somebody did send us something about a ball splitter recently on our tweets, on our text. He also loved the whole discussion. Totally agree with the session players being used as the first step in the breakdown of the original four. My grievances of the year is that KISS has been so tone deaf on the financial hardship COVID has brought to their fan base and not easing off the marketing on outrageous prices, especially the deluxe package shit for the live cast, or at least link the price to some percentage going to a worthy cause apart from Paul and Gene's bank balances.
Interesting. Yep.
Hate to admit it, but Graham's right. On YouTube, we got Anthony Stratus. Is it me that thinks that Zeus sounds like Paul Heyman from the WWE? You guys make a great team, by the way. God bless. Paul Heyman is a wrestling manager, commentator on wrestling. Tom has been in the wrestling business, I think, 30, 40 years.
Okay.
I find him funny sometimes. Marty White, The Elder Isn't Horrible. Many of those songs would have been better received with the less boxy mix.
Okay.
The best use of the album was in Family Guy when Stewie wrecked the Prius and Brian got stuck driving a Mini Cooper and every radio station was playing Just a Boy. Oh, wait, it was a Hummer and Lick It Up.
Just a boy.
Johnny B. Good. Oh, man. Monster and Sonic Boom are horrible, in my opinion, that I've had to listen to each of them just once, and I will never listen again.
Yikes.
Thank you for the feedback. Our YouTube channel is actually picking up a lot, so keep subscribing, keep commenting, keep liking that, and thank you. Just keep it coming, guys.
Absolutely. And we a couple emails we want to run through quick, episode related.
Absolutely, Tom. What do you got?
All right, so this is from David Clark. He says, hi, guys. This year has been pretty crappy for everyone. I hope you know that your podcast is a bright spot for your listeners. It's been one of my best discoveries this year, and I've caught up on all of the previous episodes now, so I look forward to new shows each week. Thanks for the honesty, laughs, and for being so real and relatable. Each week, something happens on your show that makes me literally LOL. Best podcast going, KISS or otherwise. Woof, Jesus. Thank you, David. That's amazing. Appreciate that.
That's awesome.
Then he says, to celebrate Kistivus, oh, I like that. Instead of Festivus, he calls it Kistivus. My only KISS-related grievances this year are the VIP packages. Meet the band, take a picture. You only have to sign over your home, car, and your entire net worth. As cool as a guy that Bruce Kulick is, I think his amazing talent gets lost. So talented of a player and gets a bit overshadowed by Ace and the Tommy isn't Ace crowd. The dude is awesome. Couldn't agree with you more. Soul Station, I get it. Paul has every right to do whatever he wants and seems to enjoy this outlet. I just hate when rock singers go the quote-unquote classic singer route in their later years. For example, Rod Stewart. And we did talk about that. We brought that up. And then he says, I listened to you on Spotify and I will give you a review. I said, thanks for all you do. Happy holidays to you and yours, David Clark, Indiana fan. Wonderful, David. Thank you so much. Much, much appreciated that. That's great. And then we got another email here from Todd about the Festivus episode. First of all, congrats on the 100th episode. It was one for the ages. One of those episodes you can put on any time and just listen because the banter is so great. Episode 101 didn't disappoint either. You came back strong and delivered another killer one as we wind down this ass of a year with 2020. I shared two takeaways from that episode. Number one, the time you take to read feedback and thank fans is such a special thing. Talk about being part of the KISS family, the Shout It Out Loudcast family. You two set the bar so high with how you interact and include your fans. I am proud to be a loyal listener. Thank you. We are proud to have you as a listener. That's great. Zeus and his grievance about toxic KISS fans. Thank you for making that a topic. Whether it be a dickhead like the one you're talking about or a dickhead on a group of one of my favorite sports teams, why can't these people just create their own misery groups? I hope that ass clown does listen to your podcast and hears what a jackhole he is. Thanks for all you do. It's appreciated more than you will ever know, Todd. Amazing. Todd, thank you so much for those kind words. That's amazing. Really appreciate that. Doug Middleton, my grievances, the live stream in general, $25,000 for a trip to Dubai. Paul's big mouth on Twitter. Podcasts that keep copying you. I'll be especially annoyed if someone steals the bonus episode idea. Everyone obviously wants to be you. Okay, well, thank you, Doug, for that. And then he runs off 3 non-KISS grievances: Donald Trump, rude people, and wearing underwear.
No, that wasn't written by me in a burner account.
Thank you, Doug Middleton.
But may I jump on that, though, Tom?
Of course, absolutely.
Today, I mean, I got to get it off my chest.
Please do.
Today, again, we had the conversation. Dude, this is getting fucking aggravating. We're not going to name names, but the fucking, like, can people come up with their own original shit? Seriously, it's getting fucking tiring. Especially some of the older podcasts that have been around. All of a sudden now, they can't come up with stuff, and we got some new boys in town. They're actually trying to be like, you know what? Let's be informative, but let's be fucking fun. Let's come up with new ideas, new ways to talk about things. Let's bring exciting people on to talk about KISS or other topics and make it enjoyable and have some laughs about it. All of a sudden now, everyone's trying to do certain things that we were doing, trying to do a couple different ideas or pulling up stuff or rankings or lists or live casts or drafts or this and that. Dude, what the fuck? It's aggravating. But you know what? It doesn't matter, because in the end, you got to have a good conversation, a good topic to have. Ours is KISS. So there you go. We already got you in. How are we going to keep you? We're going to keep you because we're going to be fucking fun and entertaining and funny. And actually, we know something about KISS. So, you know, I got to get it off my chest. I get annoyed. Me and you were going over this today again. It's just enough. Stop the fucking copying. Stop the shit. It's fucking aggravating. And I know it's sincerest form of flattery, but you know what? Fucking step up your own game. Come up with some original shit on your own. It's fucking annoying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to upset you.
Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. It's annoying, but to me, like Zeus just said, and look, there might be people listening and going, these fucking guys think everybody wants to be them, blah, blah, blah. Whatever. That's how we feel, because we've been doing this for only 2 years, but we see what's going out there, where we pay attention to what's going on. Okay. And yeah, it's frustrating, but to me, Zeus just said it. The way I look at it is, I take it as a flattering thing that you maybe have been coasting through your podcast business, and then you're like, you know, maybe you got a little boot in the ass from a show like us, or a boot in the ass from somewhere else.
And then my horsey, when he got scared, he booted me across the barn.
And you're trying to up your game somehow. The bottom line is, look, it all comes down to this. I've been saying this since day one. It's the hosts. The topic and the subject matter is going to pull you in, but the only thing that's going to keep you listening is the hosts. I subscribe to a ton of different podcasts. Many of them I've been a loyal listener for years. Others, I can't get through 2 episodes and I unsubscribe, because as much as I love the topic, the hosts don't do it for me. So I say goodbye. So that
I'm the same way, Tom. I'll look at somebody's, we love a lot of these podcasts out there. A lot of them are friends. A lot of them, I'm not friends with them, but I like their podcasts. I don't have to be.
Absolutely.
But I will pick and choose, because if I don't like you as a host, if I'm not interested in you, what you're going to say, because you might fucking say something wicked smart, like because we're from Boston, wicked smart, Or you're going to say something wicked funny? You know what? I'll look at the topic. Oh, they're interviewing this guy. I like that. I want to hear what they're going to have to say. Oh, they're reviewing this album. I love this album. I want to hear what their opinion is.
Yep.
Other than that, I don't want to hear about your fucking oil change. I don't want to hear, oh, you like Kiss. I like Kiss. I don't want to hear about that shit. I don't want to hear about like, oh, your new fucking list that you're coming up with that's not as creative and is not going to be as interesting because it can't be anything negative on there because we, God forbid, anything negative gets said about the band we're covering. So it's just whatever. Settle down over there. You and your fucking stupid ass shit. All right.
Okay, though. Merry Christmas. I hope the spirit of the season is with you all.
See, this is the thing. That motherfucker over there on the other side of this screen has a worse temper than I do. And he gets all fired up, and then I calm his ass down. And then we get on the air, and like little bug gets put in there. He reads an email like that and brings up cheat, and then it gets me all fired up. And he just sits back and goes, "Oh, let Zeus be the asshole. Go ahead, buddy. Oh, you."
But you know
he
why?
lets me go.
You know why? Because nobody wants to listen to two assholes. Although people are probably sitting there going, "Why? I listen to two assholes every week. What's the difference this week?"
Yeah.
But I know. I hate. Look, we share the same sentiments. We do. And to each his own. Guys, listen to what you want. If you think we're talking out of our ass, so be it. But that's how we feel. That's what we're seeing. And that's it. So that's
just a little aggravating. But you know what it does? It builds up the Shout It Out Loudcast fans even more. Yep. You guys are even more loyal to us. And we got a fucking solid ass team that knows a good podcast when they hear one. And we're not going to take you guys for granted and get lazy and start talking about, oh, what are we going to talk about tonight? I don't know. I'll call you back in 5 minutes before we record and we'll think of something.
Yeah.
No. If we don't have something to talk about, what the fuck are we going on the air for?
There's always something to talk about.
That's wasting your time. That's about our ego. That's about us. Like, oh, I want people to listen to me. Well, what am I talking about? If I'm not even interested and I haven't thought about it, what the fuck why should you hear about it?
Exactly.
So we
That's right.
always have shit in our minds, and then we find the stuff interesting and we find the stuff fun. We want to share it. So that's why the day that we get lazy and the day we don't want to talk about Kiss or anything other type of music, we won't be here anymore.
Well, no, we said it perfectly kind of when this whole show started. We want to create a show that we would want to listen to.
A la Kiss.
Yes.
We wanted to become the band we wanted to see.
And that's what we tried to create, a podcast that we would want to listen to. And we hope that we've done that. So
that's a one.
That's what we want. All right. That's feedback. So
what's going on in Kiss World?
Okay. So everybody's getting all fired up about the New Year's Eve show. You know, they're posting pictures about the stage being built. People are like, oh, this fucking thing is massive. Oh, my God. Folks, I got bad news for you. It's the exact same fucking size as any outdoor mega festival that you've seen before. Okay? It's got all the friggin' girders and the steel things. They're going to put the big fucking Kiss things on each side, and they're going to blow it up. It's going to be great. And Gene Simmons can't stop talking about how he's going to blow up $1 million worth of pyro, and he's getting destroyed on social media because everybody's talking about the economy and COVID. But Gene's going to blow up whatever the fuck he wants. He doesn't care if COVID's going on or not. So, you know, that people are all getting fired up on both sides of the spectrum about this New Year's Eve thing. It's too expensive. I can't wait. It's going to be great. It's going to suck. They're going to play the same songs. Who knows what they're going to play? It's only a few more weeks away, and everybody's excited for it. So that's the Kiss. The Kiss world is all excited about that.
And Paul and Tommy have been posting some stuff on social media about them, you know, preparing for the show. And then everyone starts going, oh, what do you need the mic for? You're not going to be using it. And all sorts of shit is fucking flying out there. Yeah, it's just the same old hate and stuff. But, yeah, that's what's been going on. And, you know, Bruce is preparing for the Kiss Masquerade, which started last night or Friday. And we'll be going on today, Saturday, when you're listening to this episode. So make sure you get that. And that's, what's the website again, Tom?
KISSmas2020.com, and you can go there. You can purchase your tickets, the schedule of events. So, obviously by the time you hear this, the show will drop on Saturday, December 19th. So hopefully you checked out what happened on Friday. If you're listening to this episode on the day it drops on the Saturday, the big event that people are going to want to tune into is at 9:15 Saturday evening is Bruce Kulick and Todd Kearns doing the acoustic set. But throughout that day, you got a bunch of other stuff. You have you got Eddie Trunk's going to be on there. He's going to be talking with Rick Derringer. You got Phil Schaus doing his live podcast there in the afternoon at 4:00. Then the big event at the end of the night after Bruce and Todd at 10:30 p.m., you got the Talisman performing Rock and Roll Over in its entirety with Rick Derringer and a couple other guys. So we've been talking about this. We've been trying to share things on our social media and Shout It Out Loudcasters Facebook group. So hopefully you guys are aware of that. We look forward to checking it out and talking about it next week. So check that out. That's something to get excited about.
Yeah, and then Ace also, we just missed, Ace had his video that was out for I'm Down, the cartoon video again. Ace running through and some cameos from old people and the Star Child and Eugene and all sorts of crap is in there.
Yep.
Check it out. Not a big fan of the song, but check out the video. There's some interesting stuff in there too. So if you're interested in that too.
Yeah. And I think also Ace made some kind of announcement that next year, which is only a few weeks ago, that he's going to start recording another album. And I believe it's another cover album. Those seem to be being more successful within the Origins.
Oh boy,
1 and 2.
so excited.
Yeah. So you guys check that out. Everybody loves Ace, so we'll see what he's up to. And that's about it for Kiss World. It's other people just getting excited about that New Year's Eve show, waiting anxiously to see what that's going to be, if it's going to be something different or not. So who knows?
617-375-0850.
How you doing? How you doing, fella? What's up, brother?
All righty then. So, Tom, although it's the Xmas season, there is a little X in Christmas. So what else can you do with the X?
Well, it's the season of giving. And it could also be the season of receiving, too, if you do your shopping correctly at adamandeve.com. That promo code Loudcast we talk about every week. You get the free shipping, the free movies, the free gifts for you, your partner, the two of you. They offer amazing stuff. I think they're actually having some holiday promos as well, not to mention the Loudcast promo. So you go on there, you pick out what you want, add it into your cart, enter in Loudcast and the coupon promo code, and it gives you all that stuff automatically. Check it out. Big sponsor of the show. We talk about it every week. Give them a shot. You won't be disappointed. Holidays aren't going to be the same this year. New Year's Eve, you might be spending it with just your partner, your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, whatever. Not going to be a lot of parties. So liven it up a little bit. Promo code Loudcast, adameve.com.
So, Tom, it's another episode of KISSmas. Mm-hmm. And like this year, we couldn't think, I don't know.
No.
I'm like, what are we going to do for KISSmas?
I know. It was like, it's KISSmas. We can, I don't know. We'll just do something with Christmas. I don't know.
What the fuck is that noise? Is that,
dude?
Is that like Jacob Marley?
Dude, honestly, that looks like Vinnie Vincent. I think. Is that Vinnie?
Hello. It's not Vinnie Vincent. It's Private Cusano. You know, you mentioned me in episode 86. Talk to me.
What? Why are you here? What is happening right now?
I'm here because Tom and Zeus, you've been bad boys, and you two need to change your ways, because if you don't, I'm going to take away your KISS podcast.
Dude, what is going on here? This is
I don't fucking know, but why should we listen to you? What are you gonna fucking do about it?
Yeah, well, what do you get? Why are you here? What do you get something? Do you have a message for us? What is going on?
Well, to change your ways, I'm going to do like they did in that movie, A Christmas Carol. I'm going to send you 3 ghosts. The ghosts of KISSmas past, the ghost of KISSmas present, and the ghost of KISSmas future. And they're going to tell you about things that you wish would happen with Kiss that might make you think nice and hard. Ooh, nice and hard. And maybe change your ways about the way you think about Kiss. So pay attention, boys, or else Private Cusano will come back and haunt your dreams.
Dude, wow. Wow. Like, what the fuck, dude? I wasn't ready for this. What's
Was that
Private Cusano? And it was funny, too, because I think he didn't have like the chains and everything like Jacob Marley. It was like all this like scarves and like all like guitar strings that were all tied up around him.
Yeah, like, so I heard the noise.
Yeah.
He came in with like fluorescent pink hairdos and a pantsuit to match. Like,
God.
I don't know what's going on. I wasn't sure if it was fucking Joyce DeWitt or Shirley from Laverne and Shirley, but
wow,
what the fuck?
I guess we got some learning to do tonight.
I'm not holding my breath for fucking 3 ghosts to come visit us.
No, not from Private Cusano, because everything he says usually doesn't even happen. So
yeah, they're not gonna show up.
They won't show up because you sent them.
That was fucked up. But again, like I said, I'm not gonna fucking hold my breath.
No, it's Vinny. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Private Cusano. So who knows what we have in store for tonight after that, but yikes.
Anyway, so what I think we should Who the fuck is that?
Dude, what? Holy shit. Is that fucking Ace? Is that Ace? Did Ace just smash up his friggin' car again? What the
Hey, what's up, guys? It's fucking drunk Ace 80s Freely. I just fucking came out of the 80s and I'm fucking here to talk to you guys. Somebody told me I had to see fucking Tom and Zeus. Is that you two fucking guys?
Dude, this is the fucking weirdest night of our lives. Wow, we're getting visited by the ghost of KISSmas past, who's drunk 80s Ace? Wow.
I'm fucked up, but so I'm gonna forget this, but I'm supposed to show you 3 people. You have to talk to these guys, and they're gonna tell you about things about Kiss in the past and what you could make Kiss better. And if
Dude, you're right. Dude, I think Ace needs help. I mean, I don't know if he's drunk, has a concussion for that wreck, or what is happening here. Jesus Christ, he's still going
I'm
at it.
fucking all right. Listen, just give me my fucking Les Paul, and why don't you go over there and why don't you start your fucking interviews? All right.
Wow.
All right. So let's get 3 guys lined up. Who do we got first? All right. Well, let's get started. Let's this dude right over there, Stephen Wright from Potter Than Hell. Let's go talk to our buddy Steve.
Wow. Awesome. Okay.
All right. So I guess, Tom, we're going to talk with our first person that's going to help us out here. Talk about their KISSmas wishes from the KISSmas past. And our first guest is Mr. Steve Wright from our friends over at Potter Than Hell podcast.
Welcome, Steve.
Hi, guys. Thanks for having me, and Merry KISSmas.
Yes, you too. So what do we got for 3 KISSmas wishes from the past?
Okay, now, and when I give you these, you have to remember, once I say these, it's going to change everything as it goes along.
Okay, it might.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the first thing I would wish for is, and I know Zeus is a big Peter Criss guy, and some of my things are going to involve him. I think that they should have probably gotten rid of him after Kiss Me's the Phantom of the Park. Ooh. It would have been a perfect time to bring Eric Carr in, and he didn't show up for looping, the famous Paul thing.
Yep.
And so if you get Eric Carr in for Dynasty, say, although I would miss having Dirty Living on an album for sure.
Yep.
But he didn't play on anything like that. So if you have Eric, it works out where Eric Carr is the guy that comes in 1979. Think of how much more dynamic Dynasty is going to be, and think of how much more dynamic Unmasked is going to be. Maybe Eric gets them back that feel where he's more of a Zeppelin fan, more of like a hard rock guy than a swing jazz type guy that Peter is. Maybe he gives them that kick in the ass in 1979, 1980, where say Unmasked comes out and you have albums coming out like the first Iron Maiden album, Black Sabbath, Heaven and Hell, and then you could put Unmasked up with those albums as a harder rock album. Maybe you don't get that polished popness. Maybe you get that Creatures of the Night type vibe from them if Eric Carr comes in 1979 instead of when he comes in 1980.
All right, that is interesting, and I like it. But I'm wondering, as much as the idea is interesting, I'm wondering if the drummer would have even mattered at that time. Meaning, would Kiss just have wanted to produce those kinds of pop, upbeat kind of albums and not the heavier stuff? But you never know. If you have somebody like Eric there at that time, who knows? Because you're right, Peter was pretty much irrelevant during Dynasty and Unmasked for the most part. But that's an interesting one, definitely.
Yeah. So for me,
yeah,
I'm thinking out loud here. Peter versus I would lose. What do you call it? Dirty Living, which I wouldn't like.
Yep.
But
I wouldn't like it either.
Yeah, the drumming isn't anything that it would be. Like, you don't sit there and listen to Dynasty and be like, oh, the drumming's off.
Right.
Would the drumming even better? Drumming make that album better? Same thing with Unmasked. And then they went into The Elder, right? Mm-hmm. Those three albums were going to be those three albums no matter what.
And that's what I meant. Yeah.
And the drumming isn't going to change that because I think they had it in their heads. Like, let's put out a pop album. Let's put out a disco album. Let's put out a concept album. I like your thinking, meaning like the tours may have been different. The attitude may be different. There's the Kick-Ass where Peter started falling off and then Ace started doing the same thing too. Maybe that would have changed if Eric brought in that energy earlier. I get your point.
Right. But that was my thing. It was the vibe, because I think Ace would have had another ally as well that it may have pushed them in a heavier direction. I mean, you never know, but I think, and Zeus, you said it too, like the attitude, I think, may have, because like Ace may have thought, well, Peter doesn't give a fuck, so I might as well not give a fuck too. So if he has Eric in there, you bring that, even though he's older than Paul, you have that youthfulness, that newness. Because like, look at some bands that have, that you thought were done and they brought in new guys and they're just rejuvenated, like Judas Priest and bands like that. So. That was my thinking on that. Not the drumming itself, just the attitude that he would have brought.
You have a good point on that, Steve. And the only problem the other issue that I always have is I'm always one of those people that, like, if you mess with it a little bit, you mess everything up the timeline. So you're like, what's your favorite song off of that album? That is. Then maybe it wouldn't have been on that album. Maybe they wouldn't have done it. And so you're like, as great of other things you might have turned out if Eric Carr was in there, but what if they took off this song that's one of my favorites? What if they didn't do this? And I love all my Kiss. The only thing I would say is, like, I wish they maybe filled another album in there or something. I don't know. Yeah. But that's just me. What do you got for number two?
Yeah, what do you got for number two, Steve? That number three. Number three was a good one. What do you got for number two?
Okay, now number two can change number 3. So when they do the solo albums in 1978, Peter Criss says, "You know what? I'm not gonna do this Soul Station album. I'm going to do a hard rock album in the vein of, what you get with Dirty Livin', Baby Driver, Hooligan, songs like you get an album like that from Peter. Maybe that rejuvenates him into the band. Maybe that gives him the, say he gets, cred from that, from recording a hard rock album. Because if he did that, it would kick Gene's album in the ass big time. I don't know if it would compete with, Paul and Ace's, but I mean, we don't know that. But if he throws a hard rock album out there, I think that maybe rejuvenates his interest in the band. And, maybe he says, I need to go to rehab or something like that. But I think that if he throws out a hard rock album like an Ace or Paul type album, I think his trajectory in the band is going to be different as well.
I like the Peter-centric topics here, especially that era. I love that era. That's interesting because you're right. What would that have had any effect on Peter or the band or the future? Nobody knows, but we do know what Paul and Gene thought of Peter's album. And was that kind of like the beginning of pushing him and getting that quote unquote his other foot out of the door if the first one was already out the door? Yeah, you're right. That's a great what if. Look, Zeus and I have said that we're fans of the Peter record. We acknowledge that it's not a quote unquote Kiss record, but you're right. I love the songs he sings on those original 6 albums. They are all fantastic. And I think that's what people wanted from that album and they didn't get it. But no, that's an interesting one. Zeus, what are your thoughts on Steve's number 2?
So number 2, basically Peter's album being more hard rock.
Yeah.
Then I could dig it. I would only say that I wish he did a double album with some hard rock tracks on there because I wouldn't want to lose
right
the songs that I do like. And I like that style that he does. I think it fits him well. I like those songs. I do. Okay. I like the album. It's just not a Kiss album. But I think that's a good one. So Kiss, Peter Criss's is a hard rock album.
All right. Nice. Okay.
Number 1.
All right. Number 1. This is something that a ton of Kiss fans complain about. The album Hotter Than Hell. I think if they go back in time and they record Hotter Than Hell in New York City, where they recorded the first album, and bring Eddie Kramer in that did the demos for them, records that, I think you have a totally different album. Not as rushed. I think he would take more time in the studio with those guys, and because maybe give them the music lesson type thing that Bob Ezrin did with them with Destroyer. I think you'll have more of a structured album. You'll definitely have a different sounding album, and I think the songs would be not more polished because you really don't want polished songs with Kiss, especially back in the day.
Yeah,
you're not gonna get a Dynasty or an Unmasked out of Eddie Kramer. That's for sure. So you're gonna get something more of a rock and roll over Love Gun feel to it earlier in the band. And I think that maybe gets them out there a little more and a little more, and even in the industry. I mean, Eddie Kramer was a name back then, even then. So that would give the band a little more credit recording with, a known producer on their second album. And I think that would definitely, set them maybe not on a different path, but like a quicker path to where they ended up getting to.
Yeah, that's one that you're right. A lot of Kiss fans talk about that, and yeah, no one's going to argue with that. You're right, because to me, the songs on Hotter Than Hell, I think are some of their best material by far. But I'll be completely honest with you, I have a hard time coming back to that album because of how bad it sounds, and it really just sonically just is garbage. I mean, it works on some songs like Watching You and Parasite and Strange Ways, but even then, if you bring somebody like Eddie Kramer, if he Love Guns that album, I mean, that could end up being potentially one of my favorite albums, but it's not an album I go back to a lot because of that, which is unfortunate, which is why anything that I listen to on Harder Than Hell is either from Alive or I know they did Coming Home and Going Blind on Unplugged. I seek out those versions because they just sound better to me. But no, that's one that we talk about. Kiss fans talk about a lot. Zeus.
Yeah, and actually, before you get going, Zeus, I listened to Hotter Than Hell today, and I have my head on. I was around, and Coming Home came on, and I'm like, what the fuck song is this?
Sounds terrible.
And honestly, I was like, what the fuck is? So I had to pull out my phone. I'm like, oh, Coming Home, because I'm so used to the unplugged version now, like the studio version. I'm like, ew.
It's that you're right. That's a glaring distinct between those two. The Coming Home sounds horrible on the album.
Yeah, the first three albums, what are they better known as? Is less polished, more raw.
Yeah.
You add Eddie Kramer to that. You record that in New York. I think that's a great one, Steve. I think that's pretty original. Not that, better. The simple answer is always, better production, Hotter Than Hell. But you came in pretty specific. Where and with who?
Yep.
I think that makes that stick out a lot more, and maybe, the best of the early three. If you put those two factors in there, I think it could be the first. Like the ones that I do like are the ones that never hit the compilations all the way in mainline. Yep. Those I would love to hear different versions of. So I think those are awesome picks, man. Steve, we knew you'd come through for us, brother.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Steve, thank you for joining us for the annual KISSmas episode, and your wishes were fantastic. And we wish you and your family and the guys from Hotter Than Hell an excellent Christmas season. And thank you again for making an appearance on our show. We appreciate it, as always.
Oh, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate it. Love your show. You guys rock. And like I said, you guys have become good friends over the last year and a half with the podcast and doing the live streams. And have a Merry Christmas, guys. Love you guys.
Thank you, Steve. You too. Take care, buddy.
Love you, brother. Say hello to the fam and the gang. Take care, bro.
Will. Absolutely. Bye-bye.
All right. Dude, that was awesome. Steve is pretty cool, huh?
We love Steve. Gee, dude, wait. I see Tony from Restrained is over there. Let's go see him.
Yeah, let's go talk to Tony. So, Tom, I guess we're continuing with KISSmas Past. And who do we have with us this time?
We have our good friend Tony Musalam from the band Restrained. And if you are not familiar with Tony or the band Restrained, and you should be, Tony is our good friend who is responsible for the intro music to the Shout It Out Loudcast bonus episodes. But more importantly to that, he's the guitarist for the band Restrained. Awesome hard rock / metal band. They're amazing. Check them out. It's Restrained, RESTRAYNED, Restrained. Awesome hard rock band. Tony, welcome to Shout Out Loudcast. Thank you for celebrating KISSmas with us.
What's up, guys? Thank you for having me. Although I think I might be on the wrong episode because I got a lot of problems with you people.
We go. I know. Tony's been on the show, but he's been always at he was on the live cast with us before, and he was also him and Pooney were doing that fucking rigged Kiss Jeopardy, whatever the fuck that was.
Oh, that was horrible.
Kiss, what was it? Best Friends.
Oh, the
episodes where they stole the election from us.
Hey, you know what? Don't hate the player. Suck less.
All right. All right. If you didn't like that. And I was just going to compliment him. I was talking with Tony, was it last week? And we were going over a lot of the songs. So Restraint just released, Tom, their new album,
yes.
God of War.
Awesome.
I went and got the VIP portion of their package, which comes with the CD, signed autograph, lyrics, some stickers, and a T-shirt.
And Tony will come to your house. That's part of the VIP package too.
And you get to make out with Tony. He came here all the way from Cali, and we made out for a little bit.
Yep,
but the best part is his CD is very good. No lie.
Yeah.
And the one thing that we were talking about, we were going over the tracks. We were going over what was my favorite, what was I listening to, and how I really got into it. And it's always amazing. It's like, this is my friend's band, and this is fucking good. He doesn't have to be my friend for me to listen to this. I'm not just like, oh, yeah, it's good. Floop, throw it out the window. This is good. And the one thing I picked up on, Tom, I said to him, this song alone, I don't know, is he singing in a different register or something? What's going on with this? I like this song. And then what was about that song that was different?
I don't know. What was it about it?
I'm waiting for him to tell
Oh,
him.
okay,
I set
okay.
it up. He's
Okay.
too dumb to fucking hit it out of the park. Go ahead.
It's me singing lead on the verses as well.
Yes.
Yeah. Tony does a great job. And I was
Yep.
like thinking, it was like, it almost sounded like Rat when they did You're Giving Yourself Away. And I'm like, dude, is that Stephen Piercy? I don't know. Is he singing? He's singing differently. I don't know what it is. And then all of a sudden I'm like, is that what his lead singer's doing here? And I'm like, wait a minute. And then he answered for me. Tony does a great job, even singing.
Yep.
Wow. Thank
Man.
God his band isn't selling because of their looks, though. Woo.
Oh, God damn. God.
Yeah.
Hey,
They're in the,
Like I said
they're in
before,
the
at least
Grim
Johnny.
Reaper category, Tom.
Oh,
I'm getting you back, brother. Just
oh,
kidding. Tony
brutal.
is what you would call a handsome man.
I do all right.
Yeah, there you go. So let's get back to why you're here, brother.
All
We are
right.
doing 3 KISSmas wishes. You're handling the past. Give us number 3.
Okay. So I was thinking about it, and I'm wishing that Kiss never recorded a cover, like ever. Think about Love Gun without that stinker there. Perfect, right? No kissing time. Perfect, right? Then she kissed me. I mean, seriously, why? Do we
Yeah.
need it? No. You guys write songs. What's the problem here? So I think every album that they've done that has a cover on it would have been better without it.
I'm not going to argue with that because people who listen to the show know how much I love Love Gun, and that is a perfect record. But the only thing that makes it a perfect 10 is "And Then She Kissed Me."
Exactly.
Yeah, and then the tracks on Alive, the side 4 of Alive 2, like that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, that's a great one. Big fan of that. Big fan of that. Number 3.
All right, but then Tony, you tell me, I'm not a big fan of the song. Is that you?
I don't give a shit.
Okay. I don't like it. I'm not a big fan of that song, so I'm okay with that gone. But
I mean, I
here's
don't
the
like
kicker. King of the Nighttime World.
So
Technically a cover. Yeah.
I'm not
So?
getting rid of that.
So
That's the only
and-
thing.
oh no, they can take all that shit. I don't need any of it.
That's not
How's that?
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
But that's
Send your letters to doesn't know shit at gmail.com.
Wow. All right, it's a good
2
one.
for you, brother. What do you got?
All right, next one. I wish they actually finished Carnival of Souls properly. So I wish they produced it properly, fixed all the weak vocals. I mean, like, Paul's whiny in certain areas. Doesn't sound good. The freaking drums sound like cardboard boxes, for God's sake. There's no reason for that album to sound so shitty. And I know that they were trying to go for a more aggressive, kind of edgy, and like you guys talked about before, kind of maybe almost grungy-ish sound. But it doesn't have to sound like mud and like they're playing, like I said, on cardboard boxes, for God's sake. They could have finished the record properly, and it would have been... I like the album, first of all, a lot, but I think it would have been a lot better if they actually took the time to finish it the way that they probably would have if the reunion tour hadn't started.
Yeah, it's a good one. You've heard us talk about Carnival of Souls, how much I specifically am a huge fan of the album. And you're right. We always talk, we've talked Kiss what ifs before, and you got to wonder, if they did technically finish that, because the album is called what? Carnival of Souls, the final sessions, because it was never fully mastered and finalized the way you described. You got to wonder what that would have done. Would it have made it better? Probably. Could have, like you said, thickened up those drums a little bit more. Maybe, like you said, fix some of the vocals. But as it stands, I don't have a problem with it. But if we could know that if we could know that it would improve the album, absolutely do it. But sometimes touching stuff that I already like makes me, it makes me nervous if I already like the album. But that being said, I wouldn't have a problem if they did kind of tweak it and put out like a remastered or a finally produced version of it, because I love it, and they couldn't make it worse, in my opinion. Zeus.
Yeah, but I mean, that's what I'm saying there is, before they even let us hear it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Properly put it out. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Okay.
So
I'm going to trust the musician amongst the 3 that what's missing and what's not as far as the production goes. I'll take your word for it. I don't know.
Yep.
I can't tell. I will tell you, my partner's advocacy for the album is paid off. I like it a lot more than I like. If we did our podcast in the beginning and Carnival of Souls was the first album we reviewed, holy fuck, would that thing get destroyed?
Yep.
Now is a big difference. And that's what I like about this podcast. Talking about Kiss, listening to the same stuff. All of a sudden you're like, holy shit, I actually like this song. What the fuck's the matter with me? How do I like this?
Yep.
And then something else, you're like, you get tired of it. But that's a good one, Tony. What do you got for your number one?
Okay, so I was trying to figure out how to say it. Originally, I was going to say I wish they stopped before releasing Sonic Poop or Sonic Boom Boom, whatever. Either way, it's Sonic shit. But I think what I really wish was that the reunion tour was just a reunion tour, and they continued on with Bruce and Eric after that. To me, they were releasing really good stuff. I don't need a reunion and a new record like Psycho Circus, right? Where the original members aren't even all playing on the damn thing anyway. What was the point of that, right? Mm-hmm. I know you guys have talked ad nauseum about that. Mm-hmm. So what was the point? Why do all this? I know what the point is. It's money. But I just wish they got the original four together, did a reunion tour. It was great, right? I went every single time they were anywhere near us, right? Mm-hmm. Do that. Maybe even go, twice around. I don't care. But then go back to what Kiss actually was, which was with Paul, Gene, Bruce, and Eric, and continue on.
Dude, that is awesome. Wow. We've talked about this a couple times before, especially our buddy Jericho, who said he was like one of the few that was like disappointed that they put the makeup back on and did the reunion. Now, I won't go that far. The reunion was magic as a young Kiss fan. But you're right. I loved the track that they were on. I loved Revenge. I loved Carnival of Souls. That's my favorite lineup of the band. And as much as I loved the reunion, now they become a nostalgia act, a Vegas act. And now it's just a trip down memory lane when you see them, which is fine. But for people like us who see them every time they tour, it would be nice to have that feeling of a band with a new album and promoting a new album and doing different things. So I'm people may be surprised by this. I'm on board with it because the last three albums, Psycho Circus, Sonic Boom, and Monster, yikes. Mm-hmm. Zeus.
Yeah, I would say I'd like that idea almost, but I would say if they could go, how about switch it on and off? Every other tour, hey, Ace, you want to make a little bit more money? All right, and we'll have a tour with them. And then go back to Bruce. Go back to Bruce and Eric. And then have that in their back pocket if they want to. Because, I mean, as much as I've seen them in makeup now probably 10 times since the reunion, at least. And I know, like, do I really need to see them 6 through 10? Probably not. But right. If I didn't and those stopped in 2003, I'd be fucking yearning for like, oh, I wish I could see Gene drip blood or fly up top. And do God of Fun. You'd be missing that. So
I know what you mean.
Maybe a little in the middle would work a little bit better. But I like your idea. And you know what? There are people like you that said, fuck this. Let's go back to that album, like that lineup and that style of music. I could certainly admit that I bet you the albums would have been better if those four did them than whatever they did the last three albums, right?
Oh,
if
yeah.
it was Bruce, Eric Singer, and Paul and Gene, it would be better albums than what they've got out the last three albums. Yeah, I admit that.
100%. I mean, even if they did, like you're saying, maybe a residency where when they do the residency in Vegas or something with the makeup, but the actual band is the band that tours, you know what I mean? So there's an opportunity to go see Kiss with makeup. Because, I mean, like you, Tommy, I'd never seen them with makeup before. So when the reunion happened, I was ecstatic.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't need to keep seeing the same damn show with the same damn set list. What's the point of that?
Like the Eagles have done like limited tours. Now, after Glenn Fry has passed away, they would put in his son and Vince Gill, and they will do like 10 city stops. Do something like that where you're still playing with Bruce and Eric, and then maybe do a 10 city stop with the makeup. And you could do stadiums if you did that.
Sure.
And sell fucking $100 tickets, even though they're probably doing it now anyways. But you get the point.
And
They could do that because there'd be a demand for it with the original every once in a while. And nobody would care if there was another drummer back there helping Peter along. Fucking Don Henley's got 2 fucking drummers back there. No one gives a shit. No one's like, oh, that's fucking bullshit. No one cares. You could get away with doing that stuff and no one would care because it'd be the original 4 and then you have the other version of Kiss. And I bet you the fans, everyone would be getting along. That's a great idea.
And it's funny too, because Gene is like the marketing genius, maximizing every dollar, every Kiss dollar. And you're right. How did he not? Was it something that maybe they didn't want to trouble themselves with? Maybe they didn't want to juggle 2 different things. But it's not. As a Kiss fan, it sounds too good to be true to have both. But that's what wishes are for. So
great one, Tony. Listen, everybody out there, please go and get Restrained's new CD. And then you'll probably want to go back into their back catalog and get their older stuff. They've got 2 other previous albums. And they can go to restrained.com, restrayned.com. And you can find Tony. He's on social media. He's always one of the knuckleheads liking and commenting on our stupid shit all the time anyways, right?
Yep. And it's cool, too, because Tony on his social media, he posts stuff about his band. And he posts great pictures of him wearing shirts with no sleeves. So you can always see his pipes as he's shredding away. They're just wonderful pictures I love to see on my Facebook timeline. He is a handsome and powerful man.
That's right.
I texted you the other day. There you go. Anyway.
Yep. Tony, thank you so much for joining us for our annual Christmas show. We appreciate it very much. Good luck. Happy holidays to you and your family. Good luck with Restrained. Hopefully 2021 brings good things for not just your band, but for you and the family. So thank you again, buddy.
Thank you, guys. And I got to say, I know you've read letters that are similar to this, but I have to tell you guys that, first of all, I'm very thankful for meeting you guys, even though virtually.
Yep.
Big fan of you guys. And it's because of you guys that I started listening to Kiss again, because way back when Sonny had me on Grown Up Rock, on Wild Hair, I think episode number 2 or something, he was asking what my favorite bands were, and Kiss was not in the top 3 anymore.
Wow.
Right? And he was like, wait, I thought that was, yeah. And so, but now you guys got me listening to Kiss again because I'm listening to your reviews. I'm like, wait, what? And I'm, and so, yeah, you guys got me back into it again. So thank you guys for that.
That's a huge compliment. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. And again, happy holidays to you guys too. Hopefully at some point we'll be able to meet in person too.
Absolutely.
You guys really got me thinking about doing the Kiss cruise now too, by the way.
I already got him thinking about it.
Yeah.
There's a spot open. You two are going to have to battle for it. You can be with me and Sonny's better looking brother who's with me in the cruise.
Jesus Christ. Talk about, that's a loud room right there. I'd have to bring earplugs.
And a butt plug too.
You can get that and you can get one of those from adamandeve.com, promo code Loudcast.
Yes. Tony, thank you so much, brother. We love you. Happy holidays to you and your family, man.
Thanks, guys. You too.
Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Wow, we love Tony. Wow, that was amazing too. What, dude, there's more people. I see Stephen Michael from Growing Up Rock is there too. Wow.
All right, Tom. So now we are staying in the past, and where are we going?
We're going to the Growing Up Rock podcast with our good friend Stephen Michael. You guys all know him and his awesome show, Growing Up Rock. Stephen, welcome to Shout Out Loudcast. Thank you for being part of our special KISSmas episode.
That's right, fellas. I am the ghost of KISSmas past.
Well, you're some kind of ghost.
Some kind of ghost indeed. What's going on, man? Did you guys get me those gift mandals yet or what?
They're coming. They're coming. You will be getting the Christmas mandals. It's it's the Scrooge mandals that you'll be getting soon.
Will they be logoed with the Shout It Out Loudcast?
Absolutely. We're working with Ed from Click Tea Shop. He's going to start making footwear. Yes.
And the cargo shorts to match.
Yes.
Nice.
We have our KISSmas wishes, which we're getting from all our podcast friends and brothers. and you are included in this, my friend. So what's give us your 3. Start with number 3. What do you got?
All right. So at number 3, I think this might have been pretty cool, which is I wish we would have gotten a little bit more time with Mark St. John.
Oh, okay.
Meaning, and what I mean specifically is we really don't have any video with him hardly at all. I mean, he did a show and a half, maybe.
Yep.
And so it would have been cool to see how that materialized. Maybe if he had made it to Asylum and just kind of see how that all developed. We never really got to see that. We got him for an album, and there's a lot of stuff on Animalize that I absolutely love. So, it just would have been interesting to see, at least get some video footage of him. Maybe there'll be some that gets released later on down the road that's in the KISS vault, but that would be cool, I think.
That's an interesting one. That's good because you're right. Whenever we talk about KISS, it's weird that you have Mark St. John and he's like literally like a blip on the radar. Like diehards like us know him. We like Animalize. We've seen him in the Heavens on Fire video and stuff. But you're right. You didn't really get to know him or learn about him. And unfortunately, we recently did a Mark St. John specific episode and talked about him and his quick KISS career and obviously his tragic passing and everything. And you're right. I think that would have been interesting because especially that era of guitar shredding, maybe another album out of him. We love Bruce, but maybe if he stuck around for another album and his talents were fleshed out a little bit more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see this pick because we all know, I think on the last episode you were on with us, Stephen, you love some I've Had Enough.
Oh, God, man.
Right?
Yep.
And that solo and that guitar work, I believe me and Tom, when we ranked his contributions, because of course, when you're a KISS guitarist, you don't play on every song on a KISS album because that's how they do their things. So we ranked all 7 contributions, and both of us had I've Had Enough as far as Mark St. John contributions as number 1, and we know you love that song.
Yep.
Yeah, that song ranks up there for me in all of the KISS catalog. I mean, I really, really love that song. You drop the needle on Animalize, and that's the first thing you hear. If your ears aren't pinned back, you got issues.
Yep. Excellent.
Great tune. That's you know what? That's a pretty original take, Stephen. I haven't heard that from anybody yet, so that's great. What do you got for number 2?
So number 2 is a little bit similar, but for different reasons. So my number 2 is that I wish we would have gotten Vinny a little bit longer, but more or less for the songwriting purpose. So I would have liked to have seen what he could contribute, oddly enough, to Animalize and Asylum had he stuck around. I don't necessarily care about his playing so much or even him in the band, but his writing credits on Revenge, if we would have gotten some of those writing credits, he didn't even really need to be a part of the band for me, but if we would have gotten some of those writing credits in Asylum and Animalize, what would have become of those albums?
That's a great one. And we briefly talked about that in one of our recent episodes. We talked about Vinny sticking around for a little bit, after Lick It Up, if he'd stuck around for Animalize, both as a guitarist and or a songwriter. Because you're right. People have their issues with Vinny, off stage, behind whatever, but musically, people might not be a huge fan of his style, but his songwriting abilities are undeniable, whether it's Lick It Up and especially Revenge. He's fantastic. So I'm a fan of Vinny, both with the guitar and without the guitar. So that's a good one.
I love that. When we did the Mark St. John, I think that became a poll question for us. And we talked about what would you rather have had?
Yes.
Would you rather have had Bruce come in on Animalize, start early, or would you rather have Vinny stayed on for another? I chose Vinny. I would love to see, and I specifically, like you mentioned, it's not so much the guitar playing, because I think his guitar playing in KISS is perfect because they reined him in. Mm-hmm. It's the songwriting. I wonder how much better those songs. There's probably 3 or 4 songs there on Animalize, especially the bottom 2 that are, for me, are just throwaways. Imagine if you had Vinny on there writing 3 songs on that album. And if he got all those writing credits on Lick It Up, he would have been on at least, half of those on Animalize. And that would have been something to see.
And some people say, well, you kind of saw what would have come of Animalize with some of the stuff that showed up on Vinnie Vincent Invasion record. Mm-hmm. However, I would play devil's advocate in that and say it's not Vinnie by himself. It's Vinnie with Paul and Gene.
Exactly.
That create that chemistry. So that's really the truth of the matter,
They would rein him in, not that fucking solo from Boys Are Gonna Rock, which has about every solo ever invented thrown in a 2-minute clip.
Yep.
Whatever.
Right.
Yep. What's your number one, buddy?
My number one. No, I need to go back and listen to that Mark St. John episode you guys did, because I was just explaining earlier, I just haven't had the opportunity to listen to podcasts lately because you're not in your car anymore. So
exactly. Yep. I'm having the same problem. I'm backed up. All my episodes are backed up. So
yeah.
Yep. But so what do you got? What do you got for number one?
All right. So my number one is really important to me. And what brought this on is, I know you guys have heard of the band Kicks, but you're not, you may or may not be fans. But recently they went back into their catalog and they remastered, but they also remixed two of their best albums, Midnight Dynamite and Blow My Fuse. Mm-hmm. And the difference is incredible. Like, to my ears, it's unbelievable. And why this is important is because I would absolutely love to hear a remaster / remix of Hotter Than Hell and Hot in the Shade, because Hotter Than Hell is a great album, but it's always been a problem for me sonically. It doesn't sit well. And I know some people are like, well, I love that of it, but I do not love that of it. And I love the songs and just would love to hear what that would sound like if it was remastered and remixed. And then Hot in the Shade, I'd like them to do the same thing and do what everybody talked about, which is maybe cut out some of the stuff, some of the riffraff, and just make a kick-ass album. But that would be my number one.
Okay, yeah, and the Hotter Than Hell a lot of people have strong opinions on that. We've heard that from a few different people, and I think the reason that some people have strong opinions on that is because, like you said, people love that album. The songs on it are some of their best, and I'm on record as saying that if it was remixed or re-recorded, it may be my favorite album. But I struggle listening to it because of it. Now, Hot in the Shade, I love Hot in the Shade. I don't really fault its production or its mixing or recording because it was 1989. Stuff was kind of thin around that time. I know people say it's thin, but anything that would make that bring a little thickness to that album, maybe turn up the drums, make the guitars a little bit stronger, and I would have no problem with. But Hotter Than Hell, I'm more fervent with my opinion on that. Hot in the Shade, I'd be interested to see what they could do with it. But yeah, that's a great one for sure.
So, Steve, we got two other people that mentioned that in the past, Hotter Than Hell. So it's obviously something that Kiss should be doing. Let me ask you, do you have anybody specifically that you would want to go back and to play with that album, Hotter Than Hell?
I don't know. And let me be clear, to answer your question, no, not off the top of my head, but to be clear, it doesn't need to be re-recorded. I think that it can be remixed, right? So get a producer involved, maybe somebody a little bit more modern. We're not talking about changing the songs at all.
No. I probably misspoke when I said that. I guess what I'm saying is a producer to come in, remaster it, pull it out, put a little touches here and there and stuff. But nobody's coming back in and go, okay, fix up that part.
No. Right.
Yeah, no, not at all. Maybe somebody like a Kevin Shirley or the guy that did the last Judas Priest record. I can't remember his name. Andy somebody or other. But anyway, Those guys are pretty modern and are getting good sounds on the album. So maybe they would do a really good job, thicken it up a little bit. That's just some of the stuff I would like to see what the possibilities would be with something like that.
So on the last episode, we did our Kiss grievances, our little Seinfeld stuff. And my thing was Hot in the Shade when they did the remasters of all the Kiss albums. And that was 97, 98 through 99, I think. Mm-hmm. And they didn't do 89's Hot in the Shade. And and back then, you throw all your new CDs that are remastered on shuffle. And then all of a sudden a song would come on from a Hot in the Shade. You'd be like, fuck. And you go to your stereo and you'd have to turn it up. And then the other songs would come on. And you're like, holy shit, turn that down. It just drives me nuts. And I think those songs could use it. Yeah. And I think it would be great. So you picked up those are two of my favorite albums. And yet they both could use some work. I agree with you.
Yeah, and a lot of people don't know the difference in remastering and remixing. It's really two different things and adds a lot because a lot of bands are remastering their originals. I mean, all these bands are re-releasing remastered records. And to my ears, a lot of times I can't necessarily tell the difference. But when you get a remastered and remixed album, like the Kicks records that I mentioned earlier, you can for sure tell the difference. And it's awesome if it's done right.
Yeah, agreed. And you got to wonder why Kiss isn't touching that. Maybe that's the thing that makes Hot in the Shade so iconic, is that people love it, but it is murky, and that's kind of the little niche that it has in the Kiss catalog. I don't know.
Hot in the Shade or Hotter Than Hell?
Hotter Than Hell. Hotter Than Hell.
Hotter Than Hell. Okay.
Yeah. And the only problem is I always fear is that whole George Lucas Star Wars stuff where you're fucking screwing with it so much. Now you're seeing the thing over again and you're picking up all the different changes that just don't fit. And that's where you come focus on. You can't just enjoy it for what it is.
Yeah, like they did with Smashes, Thrashes, and Hits, but we'll save that for when we review that compilation.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you. It can be overdone. I think, there's only so much they can do with tape from that old. I mean, they would have to rebake those tapes anyway because of the era that those were recorded. But there's only so much they can do to fix those.
And that costs money. And, times are really tight for Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. And I don't know if they can afford to do that right now. So excellent point.
Are you kidding? They're doing a live stream and charging me $35 through Travel Zoo.
Yeah, exactly. I know.
Well, listen, Steven, thank you so much for coming on. We appreciate it. Thank you for keeping the tradition alive. Wish you, your family, everybody, happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you guys. And we'll see you soon, buddy.
From the Grown Up Rock podcast family to yours. Thanks, guys. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Steve, and happy holidays. Thanks for joining us.
See you guys.
All right.
Steven's hilarious. That was great. Oh, look over there, dude. It's fucking Carrie Stevens.
Oh, my. It is.
There.
Wow. Well, we're spending our time with you now, if that's okay.
Well,
so
that's good. That shows a little bit of taste on your part.
Thank you.
A little bit, yes. We try.
This is going to be a positive three things. It sounds like.
Yes.
All right. So we're basically going to ask three things, that you would change. Those are your KISSmas wishes. So, whatever, but it has to be something in the past, like. I wish they did this. Or I wish they didn't do this.
I don't know nothing about their present so far, do I?
Yeah, that's we thought we would switch everybody up, not have everybody have the same thing. So we said, let's put certain people. And obviously
nobody would have the same things as me anyway.
Exactly.
Yeah, we kind of thought that yours would be better because you do have a past with the band, and that makes sense, right? So. Tom,
that's the only thing that makes any sense about this, but fire away.
All right. So, Tom, you want to start it up?
Okay. Well, let me, before you fire away, so you're coming to me to ask me to go back in time and ask 3 old Jewish men and Eric Carr for Christmas presents.
No.
How does that make any sense?
No. Let's slow down here. I'm gonna slow this down here. All right. What we are asking people, we're gonna have like a bunch of guests on. So we have you, Carrie Stevens, the fantastic Carrie Stevens, author of the spectacular book that we have read, Unrated Revelations of a Rock and Roll Centerfold. We have you here, and we need you to give us 3 wishes for you personally. 3 things that you wish Kiss did differently.
It's not like they're like the 3 wise men or something. I'm sorry. No. I say 3. Bruce. Okay, so if you want me to go back in time, there was Bruce Kulick and Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley. So 3 Jewish men and Eric, an Italian from Brooklyn. You want me to go back and say what I want from all of them for Christmas, or what I wish would have happened on Christmas?
Yes,
from the 3 Jewish men in the 80s and Eric too, or just the Jewish men?
Well, it could be the 80s. It could be original Kiss. So you could say, okay, I wish.
I'm interrupting. What specifically would you like to know from me?
Okay. Pick whatever you want. It doesn't have to be 3 Jewish men, because there was Ace in the band too, and there was Peter too.
Not when I was a part of
but
Kiss.
It could be just the whole history.
Here's an example.
There when Ace was there, you're literally asking for 3 Jewish men to give me Christmas presents.
Oh my God! Okay, all right.
We're gonna get banned with the Jewish.
I'm gonna give you an example. I'm gonna give you an example.
If I get banned from Shout Out Loudcast, oh my God, it'll be my proudest moment.
I'm gonna give you an example. It would be like this.
Get banned from this show.
No, we are gonna get banned, not you.
Oh,
no.
Okay.
No. They're gonna.
We ban you.
No. So here's an example. Okay. One of my wishes is I wish back in 1985 that they let Eric Carr sing more songs on Asylum.
Oh God, that's such a boring answer. That's
right. No, but that's an example. That's an example.
You're boring. Okay, let me correct you. Okay,
Don't be
let's go back in time. What I wish for Christmas, even though I'm okay, we went over that. Okay, so I wish that the guys would have knocked back some fucking eggnog, or maybe some Manischewitz, just loosened up a little bit, because had they loosened up a little bit, perhaps they might have found the Christmas spirit, which is about giving, and maybe they would have been more generous, and maybe they would have come up with some good ideas like the one I'm about to voice. How about taking the salary that Eric Carr would have received, roughly $300,000 a year, every single year, and donated that on Christmas or the Hanukkah to the St. Jude's Foundation in honor of Eric? Why couldn't they do something like that? It's a complete tax write-off to them. It's a charitable donation. And I think that I'm speaking for, I don't want to speak for everybody, but yes, I think that would have been a fantastic Christmas wish, and something that they could have carried on all of these years, and it could have been like just the most beautiful tradition. So that's my number one wish, because that's something that could have continued on to help other people in a great cause and in Eric's name. And had only they, relaxed and maybe thought outside themselves. And maybe it takes a little bit of the bubbly, as Chris Jericho would put it, So, whatever it takes, just get your heart there,
Nope, that is fantastic. That's exactly what we're thinking about. That's exactly what we're asking for.
All right, that's one.
That's one. We need 2 more.
Okay. I wish that back in the day, when I would see Gene Simmons on the side of the stage going, "Oh man, I'm so fucked up tonight." Okay, he would say the wrong city in the city we were in, and the crowd would boo, and then he would correct himself and say, "Oh man, I'm so fucked up tonight." What I really wish is that he really was fucked up that night, because had he been a little bit fucked up that night, like the cool bands, like Van Halen, like Motley Crue, maybe he would have let Eric keep that drum solo. Okay, maybe he would have let Eric have more songs, more vocals, because we all know that he does a lot better than Paul does. We know that much. So
Wow, that's a good one too. That's number 2.
That's a great one. Wow, you're nailing them right now. 2 for 2.
Last one.
One more thing that I want from old Jewish men. Okay, I know what the old Jewish men should have done. If we could go back in time, I would like the real Jewish men. I'm reinventing history here. I would like them to have at least come down, even if they weren't going to drink. If they were not going to drink any Manischewitz or Jack Daniels, they could have at least come to the lobby bar and had some seltzer and mingled with Eric and I and the fans, because they missed out on a lot. They missed out on so much. If you really think about it, they missed out on getting to know their fans the way Eric naturally did.
Yep.
And they missed out on getting to know the special person that I am. They're finding out the hard way. And they also they missed out on a bond with Eric deeper than what they had. And had they bonded with him, maybe they wouldn't have treated him the way that they did. Maybe things wouldn't have happened the way that they did. But what I can say from observation is that eventually they did figure it out. Otherwise, why would they be having Kiss cruises and meeting all their fans suddenly? Oh, for money? For because they charged them to do so? Oh, oops, my fault. Eric didn't do that.
Excellent. You nailed it. See how easy that was? And those were creative, and those were awesome, and the listeners are going to love them.
I am not. I'm scathing. Sorry.
No, they're original and they're to you. That's what we love about it. They're original to Carrie Stevens.
And they're personal. They're personal,
exactly.
too.
I can't be anything else than myself. And I was talking to, Christina about it tonight, because you happened to text me while I was at her place.
Yep.
And
that's Bruce's ex-wife.
Well, that's how it came up, because I said, I don't know what to say about this. I've got nothing really nice to say. Like, I don't want to say, like, oh, I wish they would have treated Eric better. But the fact of the matter is we were laughing at them because they were so business only. And Christina said, you know what, just say you wish that they were more fun and not so all business, because they were always all business. And when they came off the stage, perhaps if they had been liquored up a little bit, perhaps if they had been slinging back the Manischewitz, they wouldn't have been such dicks. Maybe they would have gotten off the bus, and instead of yelling at each other, they would have bonded, and maybe it would have, maybe even more creativity and more greatness would come out of them. I'm saying them as a bundle of old Jewish men and Eric. Not that any of this was Bruce's fault, but and there's nothing wrong with being Jewish. It just sounds funny,
Okay.
I think that every time I think you have to look at everything in life with a sense of humor, which clearly you agree with me on, or you wouldn't be doing what you do.
Oh, absolutely. Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. The one other thing, I'd be remiss if I didn't bring it up and ask you about. One of the things that we've kind of commented on over time is the lack thereof of condolences or things in remembrance of. For the first time,
isn't that obvious?
For the first time, Paul put something out there. And I know you went off on him. I know you did. I'm just saying, for the first time, I know Gene put something out there on Twitter. Paul did as well.
I didn't even see Gene's, to be honest with you. I think somebody probably retweeted Paul's. I don't follow them. I think that I get enough Kiss in my life, but they follow me. I mean, not the band in particular, but, my son, since he's been a small child, has been followed by Kiss fans. It's a weird existence.
Oh,
that, one that, as you know, I didn't really ask for, but I've embraced it, and thanks to you guys, I'm enjoying it. But yeah, I didn't see Gene's. It's nice that he wrote something, and I believe it's sincere. Maybe Paul's sincere too. It's been a lot of years. Maybe he's sincere now, and that's great if he is. I have a little bit of inside information. I should probably not open my big fucking mouth, but
yes, you should.
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me? You can't.
You should.
You can't.
He's aware of how vocal I've been. He's very aware of how vocal I've been, and he's changing his tune to match what I'm saying. I'm not so sure it's sincere, or if it's a manager or a publicist telling him, but that's the best way to handle it. I don't really care, as long as I'm living my most authentic life. That's all I can do. I don't have any regrets or anything. And it doesn't affect me one way or the other. I can just say I hope the intentions are well. That's all.
Always a class act. Now, everybody out there, as always, we always tell people and we always promote Carrie's book, Unrated Revelations of a Rock and Roll Centerfold, still out there. You do a VIP package. People
yes, and my audiobook is coming very soon for all you lazy people that don't like to read. Because I know I'm one of you. I do the same thing. I'm guilty. I don't really like to read much, especially if the writing's really small. Because
when does the audiobook come out?
I'm not an old Jewish man. I do tend to.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
When does the audiobook come out, Carrie?
Any day. I mean, I think it'll be after Christmas. They don't tell me. I just have to Google myself every day and find out if it's up. That's how disorganized the system is. I'll tell you. You'll be the first to know as soon as I know. Awesome. But it's really good. I can tell you that. I got to proof it, and I'm amazed at how good it is. I hate listening to my own voice. Hate it. And just every time I thought the book went kind of like, oh, I sound like I'm reading a book, it's kind of boring. Then you hear the emotions in my voice, and it's powerful. So it's going to be a really great listen.
Can I just say something?
I do prefer the, you already got the book, but I prefer everyone to see the book because then you can see the photos.
Yes.
But yeah, if you're really lazy, no, you're not, lost. Just get the audiobook.
Carrie Stevens and the word boring do not coexist.
Exactly.
So you do not have to worry about that. Okay.
Right.
So
I've never been accused of being boring.
Exactly.
Exactly. You can't.
I do not think anyone. I've been accused of a lot of things. Never boring.
Not boring. No.
Yeah. We will definitely have you on again. You're one of our. You know that our fans love you.
Yes.
And we love you.
Did Bruce and Chris break my record?
Well.
No, tell me they didn't. That's awesome. They didn't break my record. That's awesome.
We'll leave it at that. Merry Christmas, Carrie. Thank you so much from the bottom of our heart for coming on and being a friend of the show. Happy holidays to you, your loved ones. May it be a safe and better 2021.
Okay, they broke it like 10,000 times. Oh, fuck off. Don't tell me that.
Can you
just lie to me? Why can't you just be nice and lie? Like the old Jewish men do.
Oh God, again with that.
Dude. Okay, now we gotta put the caveat out.
I was only 19 or 18 when I met those guys. Come on. To me, when you're 18, I'm gonna stop there. But that's my point of view, is that I was so young back then. That's my point.
We read it.
Anything wrong with old Jewish men, but the point is I was so young.
Carrie, thank you so much for joining us to be part of the special holiday episode. Can you please wish our listeners a Merry Christmas from Carrie Stevens, because they're going to want to hear that from you.
Can I say Happy Hanukkah?
You can say that too, because we have a big Jewish contingency out there too.
Burn in hell, aren't I?
No, you won't.
One way or another. Okay. Happy holidays. Happy holidays. You rock. You, I don't know. You keep doing what you do. You're so much fun. I love you guys. And to the fans, oh my God, I cannot believe the amount of love and support I've received. And not one hater. I know just because I said that, one person's going to try to send me something mean just to stand out. You know what? You can't even hurt me. Go for it. Yeah, have at it.
I thought you were going to say go fuck yourself, but I can say that for you.
So full of love, and most of it is from the KISS fans. I did not expect this. Like, honestly, I did not expect when I released my book. I was ready for, to be picked apart. And then the more authentic I am, the more people like me. And it gives me so much pleasure to know that there are people out there that are genuine. And I'm so happy to be connecting with all of you. And that's why Gene and Paul should have had a fucking drink or two, god damn it, down at the fucking lobby bar with me and Eric and the fans.
You're the best.
I would have understood what I understand now. I love you guys.
Carrie, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Rock.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and we're going to have you back on sometime soon. Thank you so much.
Okay, great.
All right.
Guys.
All right, dude. Everybody's been great. What the fuck was that with Carrie?
We love Carrie. The holiday spirit is strong with her. Wow. Talk about KISSmas past.
Almost
wow.
Speechless. Oh, Ace, where you going? Hey, guys, I see you later. My pudgy friend over here in the Mandals is going to go. I guess he's signing me up some fucking new upstart record label called Megaforce. He'll probably never bring it up again. I'll see you guys later. Good luck. Wow, that was fucking insane. Who do you think number 2 is going to be?
I don't know, man. The ghost of Christmas present could be, I don't know, it could be anybody. Holy shit. Is that Gene?
No, it is Gene.
No, it isn't. This is Gene Simmons, business mogul from KISS. And I'm here as the ghost of Christmas present to show you all the things about this band that you love or should be loving. And your friends are going to tell you all about it. Wow, dude. Now Gene is here? Business Gene is here?
No, it's business mogul Gene Simmons.
Wow.
Oh, fuck. All right. There they are.
Wow.
So that's Ed over there from Click Tea Shop. Let's go over to Ed.
Let's check them out.
All right, Tom. So I guess we're talking to people to help us with KISSmas present. And first, we're going to go to our good friend, Mr. Ed Spangenberg from
Click Tea Shop. And we talk about Click Tea Shop every week. He's a friend of the show. He designed our awesome show logo that you see. You can visit clickteashop.com, click with a K. Check out the Shout Out Loudcast gear, but more importantly and also awesome is the gear and the imagery that he has created with KISS-inspired logos, designs, graphics, things from Wicked Lester, things from Phantom of the Park. Always check out Ed. Great stuff. Ed, welcome to Shout Out Loudcast. Thank you for coming back and visiting with us for our special Christmas episode.
Exciting. Thank you for having me on, guys.
All right. So, Zeus, what is Ed going to talk about tonight?
Ed is going to talk about KISSmas present. So 3 things that he wishes or wish they wouldn't or do or whatever. But tell us, Ed, what's number 3 for you?
All right. For number 3, what I put together was I would love for the original 4 members to put together a studio album, last studio album. And the caveat with that is they reproduce 4 songs that they all did together. So you get the harmonies or whatever it is, the 4 of them they all worked on together. And that's half of the album. And then the other half of the album is let them do whatever the hell they want. Each member could do, their own song, get the rest of the band involved. If they don't want to involve anybody, so be it. Let them do whatever the hell they want. And that would be like a perfect, sign off, going away album in my eyes. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, that would 4 songs together. Awesome.
Yeah, that would be a KISS fan's dream. That's a wish and a half right there. So that's a great one to get us started. What do you got for number 2?
So I know this has probably come up before, but I would really love to see Kissology 4 come out. But with the Kissology 4, what I would really want to see is something that, the whole entire thing is footage nobody's ever seen before. You know what I mean? Why go to YouTube and rehash some of the stuff is already out there. I want to see something brand new. Whether it's, like behind the scenes or whatever, there's stuff out there. They just would be great if they collected it and released something like that. That would be awesome. I would love that. I would jump on that in 2 seconds.
Yeah, perfect. Another one that's great. That everybody loves that. Everybody wants more. Everybody wants more from Kiss, and especially like you said, because it's such a visual band, more video footage, especially unearthed, unseen stuff that we have never seen before on any of the other Kissologies.
Yeah, so you don't want to see Kiss Rocks Vegas or Kiss Nation tour now on the Kissology floor is what you're saying.
Right. Did you like the symphony thing they did with?
Yeah, there you go. Here it is, Kissology 4.
Hey, I like Kiss Symphony. I have that
I
DVD.
do too. I'm just saying,
but I can't watch it because they switch the camera angle every half a second.
Oh, yeah, it's bad.
Oh my God, It's like you're having an aneurysm. I'm like, just stop. Just stop.
Those PlayStation seizures, like
yeah, that's bad. All right, Ed. What's your number one?
All right, this is a good one. You guys are going to enjoy this one. So, Paul Stanley puts out a meditation audio album, right? But what he does is he recites his own social media posts from 2020. So you have the relaxing music in the background, and you have Paul, talking about going out votings or going out for a bike ride. Right? So it's time to bust out the incense and peppermint oils and listen to Paul.
I know. Wait, there is something out there. I saw it one time on Bill Maher's show. I thought it was a joke. There's like people that like do these audios, like rustling paper or like different things like that get people in moods or something like tapping on something.
Yeah,
like
the audio. It's called ASMR. It's like an audio. It's where people get excited by certain audio sounds.
Or bubble wrap, like pop consistently. Yep. I got gelato. It was delicious. Yeah. I'm calling up Evan, and we're going to go for a bike ride. Please go out to vote.
That sound you hear is me snapping the chin strap on my bike helmet.
Click. Be safe. Wear a mask and wear your helmet. Click.
See, Ed, now that is awesome. That's a great first one.
Right.
See, and I like how your wish list was semi-realistic with some of the things, and then just a wish. Because when it comes to Christmas, you gotta wish big. So what's the point? Exactly.
Out from left field.
Ed, that's a great KISSmas wish list. Thank you so much for joining. Everybody, we always sing his virtues. Click T Shop, KLICKTEESHOP.com. All your Kiss inspired t-shirts. You can get pillows. You can get beach blanket shouted out Loudcast. I think you have the Kiss shout out Loudcast piss cups coming soon in the new year, right? He's got everything. You want it, you'll find it on his shop. Ed is one of our earliest and dearest friends of the show, and also of many Kiss podcasters out there. He's great to all of us, so let's be great to him. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, you and your family, Ed.
You too, guys. Thanks so much, and you guys are one hell of an act, and I'm happy for all your success in the podcast world too that you've had this year, and more to it in the coming years.
Thank you, Ed. Ed, thank you very much. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to your family, and have a great end of 2020. And everybody can't wait for 2021. So thank you again for joining us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Wow, that was awesome. We love Ed from Click T. Wow, amazing. And what, another friend? Is that Baco from Cobras and Fire?
Let's go talk to Baco. So, Tom, we're continuing with our KISSmas present. And who did we manage to round up this time?
Oh, our good friend of the show and fellow podcaster, the one and only Baco from Cobras and Fire. Baco, thank you for joining us on our annual KISSmas extravaganza. How are you tonight, my friend?
Oh, yeah! I'm ready.
God.
Here we invited Paul Stanley to be on the show tonight. Who's that?
You mean Paul Pawl? Or that's great.
I didn't know 4XL was a shirt size. Well, oh yeah.
Have you met any KISS podcasters?
Ooh.
No, I haven't met you guys yet. Is that
There you go. There you go.
Oh, funny guy. Funny guy.
So Tom, we are having Mr. Baco over here give us 3 KISSmas present wishes that he has.
Yes.
Over to you, Baco. Number 3.
What do you got, buddy?
You know, can I set this up a little bit? I thought about a couple different ways to go with this because my initial response is I want to go negative and just go away. Just stop. No more Macy's Parade. No more playing for Sharks. No more, I don't know, like assisted lead vocals. But you know what?
No.
In the spirit of Christmas, I want to do, or I'm sorry, KISSmas. I want to do something a little more positive. So,
okay, this is surprising.
Because like I get so much shit every time I'm on your show. Like, oh, he's a dick. You know, just a hater. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The funny thing is, when I talk about KISS, that like everybody has a lot of cheap shots at me, but never say I'm wrong.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, but my number three is give Wicked Lester a proper release.
Ooh.
It's time. Spend the time to clean up the recordings, mix them well, put versions. You know how I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's all sorts of versions of all these recordings, right?
Yeah.
Do them all. Fucking clean them up. Put it all up. Put a nice fucking vinyl package together. Nice little cover. It's not 1977. You have nothing else to fear, Gene. Come on, Paul. It'd be cool for the fans. For once, do something nice for us. Just put the fucking thing out like you did with Carnival of Souls, which you tried to bury. Do it with this. Just clean it up and do a proper release. That's all I'm asking.
All right. Well, they did drop some of that stuff on the CD box set. Some of it was horrible. Some of it was horrible. But you're right. I know what you're saying. If they mixed it up, remastered it, whatever you want it, drop it, CD, vinyl, whatever. Because you're right. Everybody wants the more KISS that you can get. For me, the better. But I like how you're going backwards. You're looking for them to put out something now that we really never got a proper release of. So I'm on board with that one.
I like it. That's a good idea. Put it out. Yeah, absolutely. The ones that are on the box set makes me want to hear the rest of them. Doesn't make me want to be like, oh, turn this off. I want to be able to play it and play the whole thing through. Maybe I'll like it. Maybe I'll fucking throw it in the fucking ocean along with Monster. I don't know. Let's find out. Good idea.
So buy it.
Oh, absolutely.
Of course we'll buy it. Yep.
I mean, you guys are dumb enough to buy the goddamn pay-per-view in Dubai.
That's also true. Yes. Correct. Correct.
No, I kid, of course. No, I think they always look at everything like, well, will it sell 10 million copies or not?
Oh God, I know.
You can just do a 500 run or 1,000 run or 10,000, whatever it is. You know what I mean? There's definitely enough people that want it. You know what I mean? I just want a clean, the best sounding version of that album.
Okay, perfect.
Well, the problem you're going to have with that will be you, the fan, have destroyed the record industry. There is no money in making a record. Like, as though that's like an option. Like, they need to have money. Like, they're not going to eat next week. So how do we survive? Well, we can make a record. I'm not going to make money on that. Like, just put it out, you fucking assholes. There's no reason why you can't.
See, now we're negative. Now we're getting negative.
What happens when you put Baco on the show? Look at this.
Negative.
See, I'm being positive, though, but I will kick it back to like...
Is that a positive thing?
Well, yes, positive for the fan. Let's celebrate
for you,
stuff.
The fan.
But I will say, for you, Gene Simmons, you ruined it by giving up all control of any publishing years ago.
Oh boy,
it's all your own fault. So fuck you.
Here we go. Number 2.
Number 2. Hire Brendan O'Brien. Yes, Brendan O'Brien.
Oh, okay.
To remix Hotter Than Hell from the Raw Masters. Assuming they still exist, and I actually have heard that they do. I love the actual release, but it would really be fun to hear some kind of the production of that record is always, picked apart, but it would really be fun to see somebody with his skill level to just bring it all down, clean it all up, slide it all up, and just do just for fun. Why not? For the fans.
Okay, I'm on board with that one because for people that don't know, Baco, do you want to just kind of briefly say who Brendan O'Brien is? The three of us are all grunge fans, so.
Well, Brendan O'Brien, he's he's produced so many records from the grunge era, but the reason I mentioned him, let's put it this way, he's done all the Pearl Jam stuff after the first record, but he went back to the first record and did exactly what I'm talking, where basically took the master tapes, untouched, slid all the sliders down to 0, took all the effects off, and started from 0, and remastered Pearl Jam 10, remixed, redid everything. Not just a little bass boost that you typically get with the remasters. This is from the snare drum to the cymbal to the guitar, everything, and it was an amazing upgrade. He's also produced the last 3 AC/DC records, which, if you're a fan of AC/DC from Brian Johnson's start, Brian Johnson stopped sounding like Donald Duck on the record that Brendan O'Brien started producing them 3 records ago. And the new album by AC/DC, whether you like it or not, sounds fucking amazing.
Yes.
This guy has the magic touch. And he's not like Bob Ezrin, who's like, I was great, but everything I do now sounds kind of milquetoast. No, Brendan O'Brien still is like, I was great, and listen to this. Fucking A, man. Boom. And the added bonus that I'll probably touch on the third part here is that, no connection to Kiss. Clean break. Get somebody in there with a fresh ear, fresh eyes, and doesn't fucking have this, well, you have to make sure you do this. I don't want Eddie Kramer. By the way, I love Eddie Kramer. I don't want Bob Ezrin. Love Bob Ezrin. I want somebody for once to come outside of the Kiss group and do something cool. And this could be the one thing. Again, assuming these master tapes actually exist clean and raw, that'd be my choice. And that's the thing I want them to do. So
I love it. Brendan O'Brien's awesome. He's terrific. And, we're not going to go off on a grunge tangent, but everything you said about Pearl Jam 10 is spot on. Good call with that one.
Yeah, you are not the first person that brought up Hotter Than Hell, but what I like is today that you brought it up, and the first person that brought it up had a different spin. It wasn't, I wish they changed Hotter Than Hell and it was produced better. You both were unique about it, and you guys will tell when this episode comes out. I love it. Different opinions on it, but you put, a very important detail to that production in there.
Specific.
Great job. Number 1, buddy.
All right. At the top of my list, an important key to all this for me, Gene and Paul need to step aside. They have to, in every one of my 3 picks, they have to be they can hire somebody, right? But then they have to walk away and just deal with it.
Wow. You want it?
I paused there. I'm just trying to think. Okay,
that makes for great listening. You want to take more time?
Yes, I'll be back in 10 minutes.
617-555-0850. All you, brother.
Okay, included in this, though, is I want look, I realize that, I'll never get my whole fantasy of, the Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park remade, right? I'll have to settle for that stupid Scooby-Doo thing they just did, right?
Okay, yes.
But if you've seen both Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, the American release, and Attack of the Phantoms, the European theater release, right? There are some storyline consistencies that could be sorted out if they kind of just recut the entire movie and put it out on Blu-ray with the existing footage. And that is probably the number one thing that I would like. I would love to have just that. Like, hire me. I will tell you which frame to go back and forth to. Then we can kind of make a slightly longer movie that makes a little more sense, but it's still fun. The most important part, though, is that it's like a proper Blu-ray release. Again, don't be embarrassed by this. It was a long time ago. Have some fun with it, Gene. Have some fun with it, Paul. Have an actual sense of humor and not this pretend of like, oh, this is where we're at now, with that Scooby-Doo kind of weird thing, which was all right, but really it wasn't as good. And so as much as I'll never get that remake done that I would love to have, that is my number one thing. A proper Blu-ray release of Kiss Meets the Phantom of the Park, but not just the one version or the other. I want a recut version that kind of includes both and kind of seams out the storyline, which is stupid as fuck to begin with.
That is, I got to tell you, that is awesome because Kiss Meets the Phantom, that's the sweet spot for me, that era. I love that movie. Yes, it's stupid. It's fucking idiotic beyond belief, but it's entertaining as all get out. And we talk about this on the show all the time about how Paul and Gene, specifically Paul, likes to revisionist history shit on a lot of things, whether it's Phantom of the Park or The Elder or something, and pretend that those things don't exist. And that's why we have people on here with their wishes, because sometimes you got to hope for the Christmas miracle, because it's never going to happen, but it's nice to wish for, because I'm on board for it.
I like that you're consistent. You're hanging on the Phantom. That's your thing. You're consistent, and it's you, and it's authentic. So, kudos to you, brother. Kudos to you.
I love it.
Sounds like Zeus hates it.
No, I don't hate it at all. I think it's fantastic that it's, you're consistent with what you want to do and you know it. And it's not, all right, let me just quickly think of something. I wish they did that. Like, you know what I mean? I think this is fantastic.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, Baco, thank you for joining us for our annual KISSmas extravaganza. This is your first appearance, so we appreciate that. Thank you very much. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas to you, your family, and everybody over there, Cobras and Fire, your co-host, LC. So thank you. Let's hope for everybody that 2021 is a hell of a lot better than 2020. Thank you, my friend.
And thank you. Thanks for having me on, guys. Of course, every time. So,
yeah.
Awesome.
Again, for me too, Baco, thank you. You've been an awesome friend of the show. We love having you on. And you always make me feel like I am so positive about Kiss when you come on. So we love having you. So it's always great, buddy. Thank you again. Happy holidays, you and your family.
Right on. Back to you, man.
Thanks, buddy. Wow, we love Baco. He's always got a story to tell. He loves Kiss in his own way, but wow.
Jeez, Baco, the only human I know, can make me seem the most positive Kiss fan of all time.
Oh, but who do we see here? The one and only Murph.
Oh, your roommate, Murph. We got to go talk to him. Tom, we're going to continue with our present KISSmas wishes. And we are with none other than Shout It Out Loudcast favorite. Who's that?
It's Murph, also known as Tiny Tim from last year's KISSmas episode. Or he's the Bob Cratchit of Shout It Out Loudcast. Welcome, Murph.
Once again, God bless us, everyone.
Here we go.
I thought fucking Eric Singer was Tiny Tim this year.
That's true. That's true. Oh, my God.
Murph, you know what we're doing this year, right? 3 KISSmas wishes present, right?
Yes, and I am ready to go. Can I give my wish list?
Kick it off. Number 3, brother.
Number 3. New Year's Eve, don't disappoint us. I am ordering the live stream. I'm going to have mimosas. My family will be around. They're going to watch 4 men in their late 60s, early 70s. I'm a dad. I don't want them to have lose any respect for me that day. So if you need the backing tracks, if you need to have the little vocals, do what you need. Just don't disappoint us.
Murph, that's actually a great one. And you're right. For us, and for a lot of listeners, we're on the East Coast, and it will be at noon Eastern time, lunchtime, lunch with Kiss. And you're right. I think people are, I know for me, and it sounds like you are too, and I'm sure Zeus is the same, you're very cautiously optimistic. You have very tempered expectations because you don't want to believe that you're just going to get the end of the road tour on a live stream on New Year's Eve. We're hoping for something visually different, for maybe a change in the set list, something unique that will make a memorable experience. And you're right. We're all bracing ourselves for that. It's a great one. Zeus.
Yeah, no, I was going to say the same thing. I just saw Kiss End of the Road Manchester. I don't need to see Kiss End of the Road Manchester Part 2. Now I just paid $25 to see it on my TV screen.
Yep.
I'm sorry, it's not $25. It's more than that. So.
Well, no, it'll be 25 because I'll drive to your new apartment, your new house. I mean, we'll share a screen.
We can all come by here and get COVID together watching Kiss.
Yeah. Yes. We'll do a Shout It Out Loudcast live stream
commentary.
Yes.
Great. There you go, Murph.
Thank you. Yep. All right. Good one.
Do you think the Strutter Stalker will be there in Abu Dhabi? Play Strutter.
Abu Dhabi? What do you mean, Dubai?
Dubai, Abu Dhabi,
and Abu Ghraib.
Jesus. What do you got for number 2, buddy?
So I have to say that as someone that was not a big post-makeup fan, I was blown away by what you guys pulled off with the Bruce Kulick interview, and just how he got engaged and you were able to get his guard down. So wish number 2, and this is with Zeus in mind, I would love to see in that 2021 Peter Criss.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Look, it's the season of miracles. That's what I'm putting out there.
We've said this to some of the other people that have made their KISSmas wishes. Christmas is all about miracles. It's all about wishes. So you got to aim high. And you're right. Who knows? Peter Criss is not doing much. Maybe look, you never say never. Because if you told me 2 years ago when we started this that Bruce Kulick and Chris Jericho would be celebrating our 100th episode, I would have said, that's a dream. That would be amazing. And thank God it happened. So who knows? Zeus would need, he'd be in a coma, be interviewing his hero, but that'd be great. It'd be great.
Based on how 2020 has gone, I know Gene and Paul are just, they're just not going to give themselves up to those that want to hear from them. I was going to say Ace, but I think you guys would cut the interview short.
Dude, if we ever got Ace, we'll just leave it at that. Zeus, What are your thoughts?
I would, look, Murph, that's a great one. I would love it, to be honest with you. I just, I feel good about the fact that it ain't going to happen in my mind because it's not going to happen with anybody else.
Exactly.
So it's not like I take it personal, like, oh, we're not big enough. Or so we could be the biggest podcast. I just don't think he's going to do it. So, I mean, we could been, who's the idiot there that leads everybody now? The friggin', the big guy there, what's his name? Joe Rogan. We could be Joe Rogan.
Oh, yeah.
We could be Joe Rogan and he ain't coming on.
You're right.
So I don't take that personally. I just think that's where he's at. Hopefully he changes his mind and that might happen in the future. That's a great one, Murph. What's your number 1?
So number 1 is not a wish. It's a reality. So just this podcast is based on you growing up as Kiss fans and experiencing things together. And actually, the three of us experienced something together, the reunion tour. So if you both, as I mentioned to you a few moments ago, if you can flip over your phone from Click Tea Shop, KlickTeeshop.com. Both of you have coming your way an Alive 96 print.
Wow.
To acknowledge us being there at the Boston Garden and
Holy
to add
shit,
to
dude.
your Kiss ensemble.
Wow. Okay.
A hell of a memory. So
For the
there you
first
go.
time here, Murph actually has got us speechless. I don't even know what to say. And wow, you got me on this one, buddy. Yeah, you got me on this one. I don't know what to say because that's an amazing memory for the three of us. The artwork is amazing. Thanks to Ed at Click Tea Shop, Andrew Scambati, who's responsible for putting the video together. Wow, yeah, Murph, you son of a bitch, you. I knew you were going to do something, but thank you, and I think everybody out there listening knows what we're talking about. But yeah, that's you got us there, buddy.
See, this is why I feel bad sometimes when Murph annoys me and I say something mean to him. Murph, we love you, man. That is very kind of you. It
is.
So this is kind of the stuff that we talk about. So all you people out there, if you guys love Kiss and you guys maybe also have high school or college friends that are into, I don't know, wiffle ball, put a wiffle ball fucking podcast together.
Yep.
Whatever you're into, maybe a TV show or a movie or whatever. There is nothing more fun than getting together with your friends and just reminiscing. I can't tell you the joy I've had the last 3 years having these laughs with Tom, Murph, new friends that we found, sharing stupid stories and laughing and stuff, enjoying talking about music. This isn't work. It's stuff that we love to do. So, like, a touching moment like this for three fucking middle-aged fucks, is kind of pretty cool. I can't really say it any more than that. Murph, that's really generous of you. You are the best. We do love you, and that's why you are our secret weapon when we want to bring you out. We don't want to use you too much.
Yep.
We bring you out just to tease the Shout It Out Loudcast fans. You're like the what's his face there? Paul Lind.
Lind.
You're the Paul Lind of this show. You come out because when you come in, you steal the show. But we don't want you to be the feature player. We like you coming in stealing the episode from us. So, thank you, Paul.
Murph.
Kids.
Yeah, I don't know. You're a member of the family. You're a member of the show. You know that, and I don't know what to say. Just thank you. We love you, and we're glad that you shared this on the show, and we're just glad that you were on the show to be able to contribute to this as always. And you can drop in the Dan Shaughnessy clip. I'm contributing. Anytime, because we have to bring in our Boston sports radio stuff here. So, but Murph, we love you. Thank you for joining us. This is an amazing gift live on the recording that none of us knew about. So thank you as always, my friend.
Adeste Fidelis. La Costa Nostra.
617-375-0850. You're next on Ted Nation.
Oh, we love Murph. If there's anybody that's going to bring some positivity here, we love Murph.
Oh, that was just awesome. He's so creative and stuff. And that was just great talking to those guys. And we did have a message from Murph. We were supposed to go see our good friend Jay, but unfortunately Jay is going through a couple of health problems right now. Jay from the Hook Rocks. From what I understand, he's doing okay, but we're sending our our thoughts and prayers and love to him. Jay's a great guy from the Hook Rocks podcast. He was going to supposedly be here today, but unfortunately, he's going through a tough spot. So please remember him in your thoughts and prayers, everyone.
Absolutely, yes. Jay's a friend of the show, fellow Pantheon podcaster. So he's having a tough time during this holiday season. So again, keep him in your thoughts. Jay's a friend, and we love him, and we're hoping for the best for him right now.
Gene, are you going to stick around any longer, or you got to go?
Listen to me. I can't stay here any longer. As you know, after the Christmas season is New Year's, and Dubai is far away. Now, you've learned a lot from these friends. They've shown you about things that you love about KISS, maybe things that you wish were different. But I can tell you this, for $39.99, you will know exactly what you're getting.
Who's you?
You. The fan. Wow.
See you, Gene. Rock on, buddy.
I can't believe this is amazing. Amazing, these people that we're seeing. Unbelievable.
Dude, we just hung out with Gene, the business mogul, fucked up, drunk 80s Ace Frehley. Who the fuck is going to be the ghost of Christmas future?
I don't know. I can't believe any of this is happening to us right now.
I can't either. I can't fucking wait, too. Who do you think is going to be the ghost of Christmas future then?
I don't know. I can't. I mean, everybody that has come to us
right
tonight.
Behind you. Look, right behind
Jesus
you.
Christ.
Yeah, the fucking always the ghost of Christmas future is always like some like mute person, giant. Look at the size of this guy.
Yeah, and you can't see their face. It's like they're not even speaking. Like, who are you? Who are you? Are you going to say anything?
In that fucking gray fucking thing from Phantom.
Yeah,
giant robe.
Yeah, looks like the Grim Reaper or something. Jesus Christ, who is that? Say something.
Yeah, I know exactly. Say something, you fuck. Come on.
Anything? You're going to tell us like why you're here or what we're supposed to do or who you are?
Shut the fuck up, fuckos.
Oh, Jesus Christ. It's Cranky Reunion Peter Chris. Wow.
It's Cranky Peter Chris Reunion Peter Chris. Hey, fuckos. I can't get any fucking sleep around here. The fucking blinds are open all fucking night. You two fuckers, shut the fuck up. Go over there and go talk to a couple of your friends. One of them's a fucking my Goomba from fucking over there in New York.
Jesus Christ, Peter. Who settle down. What the hell? Holy shit, dude, he's right. It's Joey Casada.
I can spot that fucking nose a mile away. It's definitely Casada. It's that fucking plantain on his face. I can see it a mile away, like Jericho said. Let's go talk to those guys.
Holy shit.
So, Tom, we're continuing with KISSmas Future. And who do we have with us now?
Oh, we have one of the most spectacular guests to ever grant us the privilege on Shout It Out Loudcast, the great Joey Casada. Joey, well, everybody knows Joey, drummer extraordinaire, new podcast extraordinaire. He's all over the place. We love Joey. Joey, welcome to Shout It Out Loudcast. Thank you for jumping in on the KISSmas episode with us.
What's up, you goofy bastards? Thanks for having me. You know, I love you guys. I give you shit all the time, but I love you guys.
We love you too. That's why you're here.
What's funny? He thinks he's like this is being filmed. He's like flexing. He's like, dude, we're just putting the audio out. Relax, calm down.
My flex comes through on audio, my friend.
Oh, that's what's going on.
Maybe we'll give people like a Christmas bonus, and they send us a couple bucks, and we'll give them the Joey Casada video. You never know.
Get some ratings, boys. You need it.
Well, we ain't gonna get it by showing your fucking mug. So, Joey, you know the drill. We're trying to ask everybody for KISSmas wishes. Some did the past, some did the present. I think, and so does Tommy, we both agreed on this. Someone that's as creative as you would be great for KISSmas Future. So over to you. 3 wishes. Start with number 3. What's number 3 for you?
So mine are actually going to be pretty simple. I think a lot of kids fans like myself wish for most of the time. And my number 3 is Jesus Christ, please release some more video content. Holy crap. I mean, come on. Where is it? Where are all the catalog tapes? Where's the old Cobo Hall stuff that I have Kiss Vision bootlegs up the ass? Start releasing some video catalog footage, please.
Perfect. No one is going to argue with that. You're going to have a lot of people agreeing with you on that, especially the classic stuff. We love the Kissology 1, 2, and 3. We love those. People are crying out for Kissology 4 or more, but that's a spectacular one. Everybody loves more content. That's what we want.
I'm going to put a phone call into Gene Simmons
from Kiss.
Mr. Casada, I heard you have some illegal bootleg content. Be careful that phone call, my friend. Number 2,
Listen, I don't own anything. I've seen them before. That's all. I don't have anything in my possession. Guys, I mean, with all the footage they have throughout the year, how about even better than new video footage? How about a new Kiss streaming service? How about that? WWE has their own network. Disney has their own network. How about for number 2, we go with a Kiss streaming service, their own Kiss channel, 24/7. You have so much stuff. These Kiss fans will eat it up. $5.99 a month, $9.99 a month, whatever you're going to charge. Just throw up stuff you already have out officially. You know, your Kiss Confidentials, your Kiss Exposed, your Animalized Live Uncensored, all that stuff. And then start releasing new stuff. We know you filmed a lot of stuff in the studio, recording records, recording Carnival of Souls. We've seen clips of stuff like that. Start getting someone to catalog this shit and put it out there.
Shit. We have talked about that a couple of times, specifically Zeus, but we have talked about a streaming channel, like you said, WWE, something like that, a subscription-based on-demand video service that will just give you what you want whenever you want it, all the time.
Coming soon to your phone near you.
Exactly. Brilliant. It sounds so base. It sounds so Kiss that I don't think anybody can believe they haven't done it yet. Zeus.
All right.
You've been talking about this.
We're going to team up. We're going to talk to some developers, find out what he would develop, and then pitch it to Gene. I like your thinking, young man. Number 1.
What's the big one?
Okay, so my number 1, this is, I don't know if this is a wish or even something that could really come true, but I would really love, especially Gene and Paul and just the Kiss camp in general, to start embracing and really giving credit and kudos to their past members. And what I mean by that is Ace, Peter, obviously, but even guys like Eric Carr, who is my all-time favorite. He doesn't get the credit he deserves. He's a long forgotten member of Kiss. Obviously, Bruce is still in the spotlight a little bit, so Bruce gets mentioned a lot, but guys like Eric, I know Vinny, did a lot of crap in his day, but even guys like Vinny, especially Ace and Peter, there's so much bad blood between everyone. Just forget it all. The end is near. Jesus Christ, just sweep it under the rug and start celebrating history again, rather than just trying to force feed us the new brand of Tommy, Eric, Gene, and Paul. We get it. We understand. We're going to still buy your tickets for End of the Road and all that stuff, but stop trying to force feed us that that's the only band that ever existed. Embrace your past.
Joey, bravo, my friend. I love that. I love that for multiple reasons. We have commented, maybe not specifically, but we have hinted at the problems that we have specifically with Paul, Gene, not so much, that they forget where they came from, that right now, yes, they wear makeup. Yes, they play classic era songs, but they try to disassociate themselves from where they came from, whether it's by, bad mouthing things like The Elder or Phantom of the Park or not talking about Peter and Ace. And when they do, they talk about them negatively. I'm totally on board with that. I love that. Embrace the past. It's a huge thing.
Yeah, a couple things come to mind. They don't do it because they think if they talk about the past members, they're going to get the toxic Kiss guys are going to jump in and be like, see, that's why you have fake Fraley up there and Cheetah Chris and all that shit. So they're like, you know what? Let's just not even acknowledge it. But it's bullshit. Why not do, like you said, on the Kiss app, once a month, it's Ace month. This month we're gonna feature Ace in February. Maybe it's his birthday. I don't remember when their birthdays are. The following month is Bruce Kulick Appreciation Month. Fuck, you can put up fucking Bill Coin month.
Yep.
If you because there's only 10 members, you can have the extra 2 to be like, I don't fucking know, whoever you want. What's the name? Casablanca found Neil Bogart could be the other one. Change it around.
Unfortunately, it's the Kiss blueprint throughout the years. They can only sell you what they're doing at that moment. You guys remember in the 80s, all it was about bad-mouthing Peter and Ace. 70s Kiss meant nothing. Crazy Nights was the be-all, end-all album at the time. Whatever they're doing at the moment, that's what they sell. They don't. I mean, obviously the reunion, they started to embrace their past. But once Tommy and Eric became the official members of Kiss, they stopped doing that. They don't acknowledge the contributions of Ace and Peter, and especially guys like Eric and Vinny and stuff like that. They just got to embrace everyone. We know you don't get along. That's okay. Just the Kiss fans want a big, happy family. We want to hear all the positives that Ace contributed. We want to hear all the good things Peter did. We don't want to hear Paul bad-mouthing Peter again, how, he's a crybaby and he always threatened to quit Kiss. We don't want to hear that. We want to hear all the good stuff. Just celebrate everything that's Kiss.
You mean you don't want to hear Gene Simmons with his analogy? There's 4 tires on a vehicle. If one of them is flat, you have to change that tire. Yeah, we know, we get it, Gene. You and your little analogies about how Ace is a flat tire. But you're right. All jokes aside, you guys have a 45+ year career. We all love it. We're still seeing you in concert. You're singing songs that you wrote 45 years ago. Embrace all of it. I love it. I love it, Joe.
And I mean everything. Even, The Elder. How many times did they go back and badmouth The Elder? When they were doing The Elder, it was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Just because it was a commercial failure, now they hate it. Bullshit. Don't do that. Don't backtrack. Embrace your history. The reason why, again, maybe I'm not speaking for all Kiss fans, but the reason why Kiss fans love Kiss so much is their diversity throughout the years. I don't want 35 albums like Rock and Roll Over. Even though Rock and Roll Over is amazing, I love the diversity. I love having The Elder to put on, and then putting on Creatures of the Night, and then putting on Crazy Nights, and then putting on Hotter Than Hell. I want to hear the different versions of Kiss, and that's what everyone loves.
Perfectly said. Love it.
Yeah. We talked about it with Bruce. It's a grunge tinge, but it's still Kiss underneath it. There's a disco on Dynasty, but it's still Kiss, or the rawness of the first 3 albums. But then the efficiency of how it all came together under the Bob Ezrin Destroyer. And then they go back to rawness with Eddie Kramer. There's so much to pick from. You can enjoy it all. I'm in agreement with you. Listen, I will tell you this. Of the people that picked all their stuff, yours, I would say, and maybe you can tell me if I'm wrong, are the most possible to come true of all the wishes here, right?
Agree. Oh yeah, probably. I agree.
Yeah.
They're wishes, but there is
attainable.
There is, as Jim Carrey said in Dumb and Dumber. So you're saying there's a chance. It's it might be one in a million, but there's a chance.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of Dumb and Dumber, it doesn't get any, better than you two, right? So, what I'm saying,
that was a layup. That was a layup.
That was a low-hanging piece of fruit. I had to grab it. But you're so right. I mean, when you guys told me wishes, I didn't want to do something that was so ridiculous that everyone was like, yeah, of course we want that, but it's never going to happen. I said, these are things that we really wish for that could be very possible. There's no reason why Kiss can't have a streaming service. It's just their closed-mindedness, or maybe they're business savvy that they don't want to do it right now. I don't know what it is, but there's no reason they can't have that. I can't wish Eric Carr back from the dead, or I can't wish, stuff like that. I just can't do stuff like that. It doesn't make sense.
Right. No,
well,
absolutely.
Listen, thank you very much. Joey, tell us real quick, you got a new podcast out there. What is it?
I do. It's called Top 5 with Joey Quesada. I just go through different top 5 lists in pop culture, from movies to songs to lyrics to, we're thinking about doing one with Boston, New York sports moments. So it's just a fun, it's a debate show. It's just to get conversations going. I love having some of my old buddies on. I just recorded one earlier today where it's the top 5 alcoholic drinks you wished when you were younger that never touched your lips. So, I'm sure we all have plenty of those. And it's just a fun conversation reminiscing about, nostalgia in the past and stuff.
Sounds awesome.
It's
Thank
a great
you so much for coming on, Joey. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, you and your family. Much appreciated.
Love you, boys. Thanks for having me. I'll be on whenever you need me.
Joey, thank you so much, buddy. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Be safe and good luck with the podcast, my friend.
Thanks, boys.
Okay.
Wow, fucking Joey. He's always comes up with funny shit, and he always likes to give us crap, too. Maybe it's because I kind of gave him a jab before we started talking to him, but it's worth it.
Oh, yeah, it's Joey. We love Joey. Holy shit. What's next here? What?
Over there, bonus crew buddy, Sonny Pooney.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. There he is.
So, Tom, we're on to our favorite Shout It Out Loudcast bonus member, part of the crew, Mr. Sonny Pooney.
Favorite or only member of the bonus crew?
He is our favorite, right?
That is true. That is true. That is true. He is our favorite. Yes.
What did you call him earlier with that hat on?
Who? Santa Pooney?
Santa Pooney right here.
Santa Pooney. Yep. He's got his little red hat on there. Yep. But Sonny, as always, welcome to our annual KISSmas extravaganza. We could not do this without you. You know that. So what's up, buddy?
I'm always good to talk Kiss. That's any time. That is not a problem.
Hold it right there. What is that shirt you are wearing?
You want me to wear it inside out?
Take it off.
You're in our house. You wear our uniform. You don't wear the other team's uniform. Is that a Iron Maiden shirt? You, the fan, need to take that off.
Don't laugh. They really did that one time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I would say, Gene. If you were to release a live album that's got 3 discs that are all colored vinyl that comes in a really cool Walmart package with a shirt, I'd buy your stuff. But since you don't have that, I'm wearing Iron Maiden today.
Oh, see, we're gonna have to edit this out because if Gene hears this, because we know Gene listens.
Oh yeah, this is the thing that's gonna make Gene not come. Not all the other shit.
Not the 102 episodes before, or whatever.
Sorry, Gene. I'm wearing an Iron Maiden shirt.
This is Gene Simmons
from Iron Maiden.
All right, Sonny, we're doing the 3 KISSmas wishes of the future. And, we think you are probably one of the most creative people we know. So we definitely put you in the future category. Give us your top 3. Start with number 3. What do you got?
Number 3, you hear it every once in a while, and this whole thing about Kiss 2.0. I really want it to be in Vegas. I want calm down theater though. I don't want it can't look like Cirque du Soleil. It can't be that. It's still got to be a rock show. But similar to what Prince is doing for Purple Rain. I don't know if you've ever been to Vegas and you've seen the Purple Rain show. He does an amazing job. They do a part Morris Day thing in the middle. It's all around the Purple Rain movie and music. And they do an incredible job. And that's coming from a Prince fan, right? So I know there's enough talented people in Vegas to pull something like that off. And the beauty about doing something like this is you can do 70s month, you can do 80s month, you can do reunion month, you can do makeup month. There's so many things that you can do that keeps the Kiss fans interested. And it's a household name enough, and Vegas would do it just. So
I love the idea. But at the risk of being negative on a Christmas episode here about Kiss, I honestly, I just don't think they care enough to do something like that. I think it's amazing. Like you said, this week it's going to be 70s. Next week it's going to be 80s. We're going to take the makeup off. We're going to come out in, our crazy clothes, whatever. We're going to play these songs that just make it creative and entertaining. I just don't think they have that kind of, that creative spark in them anymore to do that. Maybe yes, go to Vegas, but I think it would just be a downsized version of End of the Road Tour if they did that.
To me, this has no original members involved. The original members are out. They sold the licensing to Caesars Entertainment.
Okay.
And Caesars is just handling it.
So
there's nobody from Prince involved in the Purple Rain thing.
Okay.
Yeah, I was going to say, Sonny, isn't Prince dead?
Yeah, he is.
So I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? But okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and they could make it different. But I think the problem is if you're using Kiss's likeness and license to use their stuff, no one gives a shit. The Asylum era fucking Kiss wardrobe isn't worth the feather boa, whatever the fuck Paul was wearing back then. No one gives a shit. If I'm paying for Kiss, I want makeup shit.
Yeah.
I want fire. I want blowing up. I want demon. I don't want fucking Paul Stanley sailor hat from the Light video. So Sonny and Zeus and Tom can be like, oh, look, there's a sailor hat.
Yes. Look, there's Bruce Kulick with the keyhole look. That's what I want to see.
The keyhole look. Or the finger wipers on his eyes and tears are falling, right, Sonny?
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, but no one's picking up on that shit. They don't know.
But that's a great
idea. I'm with you about Kiss in Vegas when they're done anyway.
Yes.
I've been saying that since the beginning. I'm with you 100%. What do you got for number 2, buddy?
All right, my number 2 is a little morbid. Just go with it because sooner or later, Gene or Paul are going to be gone.
Mm-hmm. True.
And I'm not hoping that they're gone, but I'm hoping as a tribute that Bruce and Eric Singer go out and do like 40 shows across the country, right? They pick up either Todd Kearns or whoever else they want to add to it. Singer's involved. Maybe Tommy's involved. Maybe he's not because Bruce is involved. Who knows? And go out and do a tribute to Kiss. Yeah, it's going to end up being in clubs and theaters. So what? Right? But you could be out there and do something pretty cool. And I think, and then that way, whichever one is surviving can join every once in a while if they want to. If they don't want to, then leave it alone.
Wow. Okay, that's pretty creative. So you're saying this while Paul and Gene are still with us? Like
no, one's got to go.
So okay,
so one passes away, and then the other one's trying to. That's
so Sonny, it's basically Foreigner.
It's basically Foreigner.
Right,
okay.
Where what's his name only comes around once in a while.
Yeah,
he only comes around here and there. Yeah. But other members have been in and out of Foreigner when he's been there, so they have the touch of originality. They're not original members, but they were there when the real band was there at some point.
That's right.
Just like Bruce, Tommy, and Eric. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, the only difference is, Kiss doesn't have any number 1 hits, so they can't play theaters consistently, right? It's probably going to be small theaters or clubs, but that's okay.
But there is a connective tissue to that original. Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. That's a creative one.
The makeup out of it, like these guys aren't makeup guys anyway. Just keep the makeup out of it and leave it alone.
Okay, all right. Wow, that's a good one. All right, I like the creativity here. That's why we had you do this category.
All right, so my number 1. All right, so go with me here.
Uh-oh, now I'm nervous.
Kiss is done. Gene and Paul are going to buy a car company, possibly Dodge.
Oh boy.
Okay. There's going to be 5 models of cars. There's going to be the Getaway, which is the 2-door sedan. There's the Parasite, which is the 4-door sedan. There's the Domino, which is the family van. There's the Destroyer, which is the SUV. And there's the Exciter, which is the sports car. It would be like their Challenger. Okay. It comes in 10 colors.
10. Okay.
Black Diamond Black. Cold Gin Gray, Hotter Than Hell Hot Rod Red, Charisma Charcoal, Shandy Silver, War Machine White, Bang Bang Blue, Forever Forest Green, Psycho Circus Purple, and You Make Me Rock Hard Yellow.
Oh, see, this is why we have Sonny Pooty on this show. Now, but I got to ask.
And Kiss lives forever.
I got to ask. So they buy a car company and put out a line of regular standard vehicles that a dealer but they model and they name them and brand them after with a KISS connection.
Yeah. So in my garage right now is a 2.5-month-old Dodge Challenger Cinnamon Stick Orange. That's what I bought. Okay.
Ooh,
but
orange.
instead, I would buy an Exciter. You Make Me Rock Hard Yellow.
First,
I love it.
Why is the Domino a family car?
Yeah,
that
because
kid's getting the back of Domino.
I thought that was going to be
when she bends over.
That's right.
See, I'm thinking the Domino would be like
fans are not rocking.
I thought that would be the convertible.
When that bitch bends over, Mommy, why are we in the thing? When this bitch bends over, Daddy says, I forget my name.
In Rock Hard Yellow.
Yeah, what Rock Hard? Ooh.
God damn.
That's when Sonny sees Christy Cannons on
Cannons. I love it that it's Cannons.
Oh my God.
Oh, what a Cannons.
And then all the packages, they'll be like the double platinum package.
There you go.
You know,
the Peter Chris edition is they give you a fucking bus pass and kick you out the door.
The Peter Chris edition has 4 donuts for tires.
Peter Chris is washing the car before you take it. What are you talking about?
The Vinnie Vincent edition car.
The Ace Frehley edition already has a smashed up front end.
Somebody
That's
comes
special
with
edition
the sledgehammer.
Gendel. That's the special edition in Gendel.
That's the Gendel, yeah.
Fucking somebody comes with the sledgehammer and smashes it up. Bust your teeth. Oh, you weren't in a car accident, a la Ace Frehley.
And then to make it even better, then you could even have Paul and Gene, specifically Gene, investing in like, a 75% ownership into Sirius XM. So all the cars come with Sirius XM, and it's all like KISS channels that you have no choice. You have to listen to them.
You have to have at least 5 KISS tchotchkes in the car, too.
You have like a little mini Gene boot hanging from the windshield.
Can't you see a family?
Kiss condom in the glove compartment.
See?
Listen, a husband and wife are walking around looking at the dealership, and all of a sudden you're going to see a guy walk by with his hands behind his back in a suit. This KISS car
in Bang Bang Blue.
Yes, is the hottest market for you, the consumer. Oh, God.
Fucking Poonie, man. Oh, God.
You need to get this fucking shitbox out of the lot. I gotta park my car.
I highly recommend this one. It's got that safety feature where if the car drifts from lane to lane, it kind of straightens out on its own.
The Vinnie Vincent edition, my edition, has a car.
It doesn't start.
It has that fucking, what's that? The fucking tire clamp on it.
No, Vinny's got the
boot. It comes with 2 boots because I haven't paid my parking tickets, and I have fines for leaving dog waste in the neighborhood.
I was just gonna say something, but I can't. I'll save it for when we're not recording. I can't. No,
say it.
I can't. No. Oh God! See, this is just endless.
But I was looking for something that would, because something that has to happen in the future, however you put it down.
Yep.
Something's got to keep the legacy going, and it's a very marketable name, right? Hendrix is making his name on music and who he was, and there's some movies and there's stuff still getting pushed, but people weren't buying Hendrix dolls, right? KISS is about marketing.
Yep.
So they're going to have to get connected to something. And if they could, they'd live forever. Like I'm driving around today and I'm like, man, there's Fords and Chevys like everywhere.
KISS has
lived forever.
KISS has the ability, if they choose to do so, to become like Marvel or Star Wars or Disney, where it'll never go away. And that's going to be up to them to if they do choose to do that.
How proud will your neighborhood KISS nerd fans be if they get to pull up and screech out and burn out their tires in a KISS car? How obnoxious will that be? How obnoxious will it be to park at a KISS concert with people pulling in with their KISS cars? And then someone's going to pull in with a cheater Chris car. It's going to get egged. You fucking phony. This is my Tommy Thayer edition car. It's going to get fucking scratched, rocks thrown at its windows busted.
That's not a KISS car. That's a Prius.
That's a
and
fake
it's colored
car.
forest green. That's what that is.
Someone's going to spray paint on the hood. Fake Ace.
See?
Fake Ace, you fucking fraud. The guy's going to get out of his car. I just drove my kid hit to the... What the fuck you doing to my car?
See, this is better than like a cereal that makes the milk blue.
Oh.
The ideas are endless. But Pooney, that's why we have you on it, because we know that your creativity knows no bounds.
Sonny made me laugh cry. I love
exactly. Yes, you did.
Sonny, you are the best. We couldn't have done this show without you, of course. We love having you on, brother. Merry Christmas, happy holidays to you and all your loved ones.
Sonny, thank you, buddy, as always. You're a huge part of the Shout It Out Loudcast family, and we thank you for joining us. Merry Christmas to you and your wonderful family, and happy holidays. And like I've been saying to anybody that's been on here, let's all hope that 2021 is a little bit brighter and more fun than 2020.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Yeah, 15 days left in 2020, right? You guys got a snowstorm coming, so better duck. Here is 70 degrees tomorrow. So
shut your
you
mouth.
want me to send you the weather report again?
Oh, shut your mouth, boy.
People don't know. So on our text group, oh man, snowstorm's coming, man. It's raining here, man. I can't leave my house. And then I'll just take a snapshot of my 7-day weather. Sun, 70, 70.
So it's basically you and a less obnoxious Tony in the West Coast versus me, Murph, Tom, Steve, and Ed.
Yeah, we're all Northeast guys.
Yeah, and we're all like, yeah, we're getting fucking pounded. And you're like, oh, what should I wear today? Shorts? T-shirt?
God. That's it.
We love you anyway, Sonny. Thank you so much, as always.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks, buddy. Wow. All right. Anytime we talk KISS with Sonny, amazing. Jesus. Wow.
Okay, fuckos. I hope you fucking learned something here. So now you fucking shitbags, you fucking come up with 3 things of your own too. I'm out of here. Fucking people driving me nuts here. Hey, you got any fucking coke?
Jesus Christ. Wow, he's already gone. He's already gone. So now you heard him. Now we need to come up with a list for us for future.
All right. In order to make KISSmas work, I think me and you need to do our own KISSmas wishes. I've got 3. You've got 3. So I'll go first. You know what I want to do? In honor of the fucking fucko that just left, I want a Peter Criss box set come out. Everybody always talks. Ace has been talking recently about an Ace Frehley box set coming out. He talked about it. We know Gene has the vault. Paul always says he doesn't really have leftover songs. You know, whatever he does, he finishes. So how about a Peter Criss box set? Just something of all his solo material. It's not going to be a KISS-centric thing. It's all his solo stuff. Put it together from his days in Lips to his like solo projects, Stan Pendridge shit, solo albums, whatever's out there. Maybe a live album or his last concert is one of the albums. Something like that. A Peter Criss box set is my number 3 KISSmas wish for the future, Tom. What about you, number 3?
Well, first, let me comment on that because I love that. Any band-centric, especially original band member, I think that would be great. And we've said before how much we love Peter. We're fans of his solo album, so I would be on board with that. It'd be great. So for my number 3, when we had our friend Joey, he kind of hinted at this a little bit. But I want to bring this up because I was really, really into these in the early 2000s, especially if you were somebody searching for Kiss stuff on eBay. And anybody listening to this show, I'm sure you guys are aware of those Kiss Vision DVDs that were around. And I believe that Gene Simmons or Kiss, I think maybe put a cease and desist or whatever. These things were top shelf Kiss DVDs. They covered every era. They were live concerts start to finish. Some of them were compilation DVDs. They had one where it was just everything involving music from the Elder. Their appearance on Fridays, their promo videos. They were spectacular DVDs. I want Kiss to take all those, remaster them, reprint them, re-record them, turn them into Blu-rays, whatever, and then release them individually. You don't have to put them out on a box set and spend $500. Release them individually so that you can buy what you want for your collection. Because although people love streaming, people like me and Zeus, we still love the physical copy, especially when it comes to Kiss, whether it's a DVD or a vinyl or a CD. So I want those under the Kiss official name. I want those repackaged and re-released.
Tom, I'm with you on this. I used to see them all the time. I never got into them. I never bought them.
Yep.
And it's a big regret of mine. I wish I had.
Yep.
And
They were spectacular.
awesome.
Yep. They were really, really cool. What do you got for number 2?
So number 2 is a little bit of that, and it's a little bit of thing. Me and Joey both have been talking about this for some time, and it's kind of similar. My thing would be the Kiss app. I've been harping on it. The Kiss app, which you can have one price for just musical content, a separate price if you want all content, meaning maybe $5 and you have all their content all the time on your phone, or maybe you buy it all at once. Second content would be now you have all the stuff that comes out. You have the solo albums. You could put live concerts on there. You get all the DVD versions that are out there. And then you get live exclusive. You have memberships. Just stuff like the WWE does on their app. Kiss can be so far ahead of every other band. Can't think of any band that would work better with than Kiss. A Kiss app on the phone, streaming service, put it anywhere. You want to take your phone, you can put it up to your TV. You can watch Kiss Rocks Vegas. You can watch fucking a concert from the 70s or Kiss in Tokyo, whatever. I think the Kiss app is the way to go. A streaming service would be a perfect thing to do in the future. The Kiss app.
Love it. We've covered that a little bit before, but Joey brought it up. We've talked about it before. It seems so easy that it should be here, and I love it. I think everybody's on board with that. So my number 2 is this. I want box set number 2, but I want it to be just live material. I don't want box set 2 to have all the live albums repackaged. They already did that. They did that live little CD box collection with the live 1, 2, and 3, and then the Millennium on CD. I want this to be a legitimate box set. Package it somewhat creatively. Have disc 1 be like 75 Winterland. Disc 2, 79 Largo, Maryland. Disc 3, the Palace show in 1985 or whatever it was. Have it just be a live box set, not the Alives just thrown together.
Yep.
Individual separate shows that are available right now only on bootleg on eBay. Put them out there. We say this all the time. You are a live band. That's where you made your bones back in the 70s. Give us that. A Kiss official authorized live box set of music.
Yep, that'd be great, Tom. I mean, I would love it. As much as I bitch about it, I'll take 7 other copies of fucking Love Gun Live.
Oh, yeah. And I'm telling you right now, just because I look at this stuff on eBay all the time, the bootleg stuff out there is spectacular. The packaging, what they put in it, I don't know how they're doing it. They're bootlegs for a reason, but you're going to tell me the Kiss can't do this? They absolutely can. Yep, and I'd love to see it.
All right, my number 1, Tom, is the same thing I did last year, and it's the same thing I'm going to request. I am requesting that Tom comes with me on the Kiss cruise. I'm going to keep saying it until Tom finally does it. No reason why he can't or shouldn't. I am trying to convince him. I think Bruce and Jericho pushed him further than I've ever pushed him. I think financially he might be able to still do it. He's got plenty of time. There's a spot available. Just the experience alone, where he's not alone. Steve Wright will be there. Sonny's brother will be there. Maybe we convince Tony to go. There'll be so many of you Kiss fans that will be on there too as well. Tom on the Kiss cruise is number one again.
Wow. I am honored and also tremendously pressured now. Yeah. But I will say this. This is probably the closest I've come to actually legitimately considering it. I'm the needle is moving. I'll give you that. Put it that way.
Will be almost. It's like an early 50th birthday gift your wife can give you.
Yeah. No, I know.
I know it's a couple years away still, but
I know. And anything can happen. I'll just put it that way.
Something that it's just the experience. It's not seeing Kiss on a boat.
Right.
It's the fucking jokes you crack. It's the fucking fact that maybe we can tape some of the people on there. Interviews, the fucking friendships we're going to have, the beers we're going to drink, the laughter, and the possibility of who knows what we'll meet out there.
Yep.
So
I'm with you.
So that's my number one. Tom, over to you, number one.
All right. My number one, I saved this for number one because in my opinion, this is big because people are either going to love this or they're absolutely going to hate it. And I don't care. And I mean this sincerely. This is not a trolling number one. This is what I would like to see. All right. I want them after the Kiss 2020 Goodbye Dubai New Year's Eve show. I want them to stop the End of the Road tour. And this is what I want them to do. I want them to start over. I want them to change the name of the tour. I want them to take the makeup off. I want them to go back and do a raw, regular, hot in the shade, revenge era type tour where they play everything. They can bring back Leon if they want. They can bring back the Statue of Liberty with the skull if they want from Revenge. I love this band. And then maybe it's selfishly speaking because we've seen them so many times in makeup and on the End of the Road tour. I don't want to see the nostalgia act anymore. I want to see something a little bit different, whether that is an acoustic club tour like they did with the conventions back in 95. So I want them to kiss 2020 goodbye by kissing the End of the Road goodbye and starting something new in 2021. Now, that being said, I'm not delusional. I know this isn't going to happen, but when Christmas wishes, you got to wish big and hope for something magical. So that's what I'm asking for. That's my number one.
I understand where you're coming from. What I look back to then, it's like, I don't want to get the wrath of fucking cranky reunion Peter Criss, but what I look back on is how pissed off I am that from like 2012 to 2017 and things like that, they basically doing the same thing.
Bingo. Yep.
Wasted years of creativity and they had the ability to do something different. It's the same shit. So nobody will give them shit if they started End of the Road like this. But it's been the same set, the same design. Well, the design is a little different, but same shit that they've always had. If they just didn't waste all those years being so boring, yeah, then I would be like, yes, then who cares? Let's just let them go out like this. But yeah, it's frustrating. I love the idea. You're right. I mean, let's not be delusional. It ain't going to happen. They're never doing that. Right. But they, it's just.
Now, that being said, these are KISSmas wishes. Let's be serious here. I don't want people to think that this is Festivus episode part 2. Okay, because what we're doing is we're talking about. We say this every week. We're talking about things that we love about this band and things that we're passionate about, things that we want to see more of, or improvements to, or changes to. Okay, look, we have tickets to the End of the Road tour next year. They're playing in August. We're going, and we're going to go, and we're going to have an amazing time. So that doesn't mean I'm not a fan of this. I would just like to see something different. That's it.
I'm with you on it, Tom. And, you know, the fact that we went through all this and we learned and we talked to all the friends and all the other podcasters and we heard about these KISSmas wishes, I will say we have kind of learned. And, you know, I think Private Cusano has taught us something in the sense that, like, God, man, we are just lucky to have KISS in our lives. I don't know about people that are having the Oingo Boingo fucking podcast. Are they as excited and thoughtful of all the things that could have happened or wished had happened about a band that they love? I think nobody but KISS can have people like us and friends that have so many different various opinions and things that they could wish for about this band, because the possibilities with KISS are always endless and they're sometimes beyond our imagination. And that's why you got to fucking love this time of year and KISSmas and our band. I think it's opened my eyes to KISSmas again.
I agree. I think you're right. When you listen to all of our friends, fellow podcasters talk about all these things that they wish for, and they're not wishing for them, you know, because they're like angry with the band necessarily. There's just so much passion, and it shows you all the things that we love about this band. Things that maybe we're not thrilled with every decision that they've ever made, but it does shine a light on how awesome it is to have this band, to be alive during this band being alive. And have it be such a part of our life that we were lucky enough to have all of these friends be on this show and share their thoughts. That's a pretty amazing thing. It's like a KISSmas miracle, and we're grateful for it. And I think Private Cusano, the ghost of whatever the fuck he was calling himself, I think
Which one?
I
Business gene mogul, fucked up 80s drunk Ace Frehley, or cranky reunion era Peter Criss.
I think they all accomplished their goal. I mean, I'm more passionate and excited about this band than I ever. It's never gonna run dry. And
I've got passion going into this next year.
Me too.
Get 2020 out of here. Get the fuck out of here. 2021 KISS, renewed energy. Thank you, Private Cusano. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Did you hear that?
Jesus, yeah. Amazing. Awesome. Wow. What a holiday.
Let's see. Do we have energy and time to do a question?
We do. We have one. We have one.
All right, let's do it.
And it's very topical. This is from our good Bostonian friend, Mr. John Avery.
Okay.
And he says, if KISS covered a Christmas song, what would it be?
Jingle Bells Rock.
Okay. All right.
Just, my mind goes to rock and.
I'd like to say like Jingle Bell Rock or Rocking Around the Christmas Tree or something like that, or but what I think would be cool, and it's probably because I love the original version, and I think that this version of KISS could do it. I think Paul could sing it, and I don't think he would have to really struggle too much. I think something like Run, Rudolph, Run would be kind of a cool song. Yeah. I can picture Tommy kind of playing the guitar on that. Yep. It would have to be something like that. You said like an upbeat rocking song. You're not gonna have Paul Stanley singing "Hark the Herald Angels Sing." No one's gonna fucking listen to that.
Maybe the soul station people will want to hear that.
Yeah, they'll be singing friggin' Merry Motherfucking Christmas by Easy.
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I guess that's what I would pick, but thank you for the question, John. And 617-555-0850. You're next on the big show.
Thanks for the question, brother. Fax line cooking.
Yeah. Hey, how are ya? Jambalaya.
Jambalaya, John. Thank you, buddy, for the question. Happy holidays to you. Thank you, buddy.
Tom, where can people find us?
Oh boy, we're everywhere right now. We are on all the social medias, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Email us, please. You can tell we read them on the air. Sometimes we answer them. A lot of times we just answer them by reading them on the air. Shout it out loudcast at gmail.com. Shout it out loudcast at gmail.com. We're proudly part of the awesome Pantheon podcast family. Great family of network of podcasts. They're expanding. We said our good friend Jay is on there. We love those guys. So check us out. We're on all the big platforms, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. We're on all of them. If there's some random platform that you try to find podcasts on and you don't see us on there, let us know, but we're there. And our friend who we had on tonight to talk about his KISSmas wishes, our good friend Ed from Click Tea Shop. Check him out. He designed our great show logo, and he sells not just Shout It Out Loudcast merch, but great Kiss-inspired themes and graphics. Ed's a friend, as you can tell. So give him your business and check him out at Click Tea Shop. Click with a K.
Yeah, and Tom, I always the virtues of our email, shoutitoutloudcast at gmail.com, shoutitoutloudcast at gmail.com. You can send us direct messages on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We will respond to those, and we appreciate reviews. One of those 5-star child reviews are always greatly appreciated. We got one recently, Tom. We got this one, CF Moran 13.
That's Craig Moran. Big Craig's a big fan of the show. Thank you, Craig. Excellent.
Yeah. Love this show. Kiss was the first band I knew as a kid and have grown up with them my whole life. Tom and Zeus have great chemistry and do a great show. Definitely without taking themselves too seriously. I found the show around episode 4, and I've been a faithful listener ever since. Their bonus episodes dealing with non-Kiss albums are awesome. Go Sox.
Yes.
And he called this one a 5-star child review. All those 5-star reviews on iTunes are a big help to us. We greatly appreciate those. Please keep them coming. And as again, I always talk about the actual emails and things like that we get. Tom, you have one email you want to read to us too? It was a kind of a general one, please.
Yep. It's a feedback similar to a 5-star child review, which hopefully he'll go ahead and do. This is from Max Alias. And he writes, I found you guys May of this year. Your show has been a shining spot in this shit show of 2020. There are moments where I'd raise a toast to something said by one of you, then the next minute wanting to throw a chair at your head. That's what makes the show great. Keep up with what you're doing. The chemistry is perfect. On an added note, potential bonus album review. One of these from Tesla, Mechanical Resonance or Psychotic Supper. Ooh, Max, you never know. Thank you so much for taking the time to read that email, to write that email. And we appreciate those kind words very, very much. Thank you, Max.
Absolutely. That's great. Thank you so much. Tom, what we usually end up with is famous last words. You got any?
You're going empty-handed, smiling like a bandit, knocking on my window each night. You're sweeter than a beauty queen, darker than a limousine. Need me, 'cause I make you feel right. Ooh, poetry right there, baby.
Nobody's perfect. Mama, maybe I come awfully close. Nobody's perfect. Maybe it's time to take off your clothes. Take them off, babe.
I hate that part of that song. It just sounds like a dirty old perv.
Guys, we really thank you. Merry KISSmas to everybody out there. Happy holidays to everybody. Tom, happy holidays to you. Happy holidays. Shout it out, Loudcasters, Kiss Army, everybody.
Guys, thank you so much for everything. We hope you guys have a wonderful Christmas. Happy holidays to you and your family. We hope you guys enjoyed this crazy, zany, and a ton of fun we had with this Christmas episode with all of our friends, and we can't thank them enough for contributing to how amazing this was. So thank you guys so much. Zeus, thank you, buddy. Merry Christmas to you. Thank you.
Yes, and to thank you, the listeners. we're going to leave you with a special send-off from Tiny Tim, a.k.a. Murph. And we'll leave you with this one.
Freely the snowman was a jolly drunken soul with a muppet face and a fucked up nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Freely the snowman made Tom Snyder laugh and sway, and was Tom surprised when before his eyes he saw a career get pissed away. There must have been some magic in that old guitar they found, for when they placed it in his hand he began to jam around. So down to the concert with his Gibson in his hand, drinking here and there, puking everywhere, saying, "Catch me if you can, unless you can get me a fillet of fish."
Peace out, girls.